Yo,
How you doing?
here we are with the People's Champ, Mr. Panel, the Hitman Hart. Sir, you are about to step into the ring with Stone Cold Joshua, one of the baddest mojos around town. How do you feel, brother?
Feeling good, man. It's Friday. I'm happy to be here. That 1 week off. Yeah, I didn't think it would throw me off, but kind of, I don't know. Well, it didn't really throw me off. It's just kind of nice to have this to look forward to again. Wait, am I breaking character? You candy ass jabroni. Better address me as sir.
You are breaking character. You are breaking character, my man. Yo, welcome to the Low Grades. Feels good to be
What's
back.
up,
As my
everybody?
man said, we took the Friday off last. Low grades need vacations too, and we just
Yes,
wanted
sir.
to hang out. And here we are, ready to please the homies. We got a few folks in the chat with us. I saw my man Wesley's Comic Connection was the first one in here represented, bro. Gotta give a big old shout out to Wesley's Comic Collection. Glenn 2K12 is in the building.
What's up,
The
Glenn?
homie fan of comics is kicking it. Yeah, Glenn 2K is back up in this piece. Trevor Spence, what up? What's up, nerds? What's popping, bro? Welcome to the Low Grades. We're happy to have you. Thanks for hanging and banging with us, man. Got the homie Bricks in the house, man. Shout out to Bricks. And let's keep those expectations low. We're gonna have a few friends coming to hang out with us. What'd you say about that?
I'm pretty excited.
Like, friend?
Yeah, I like how we just kind of come up with certain things throughout the week that, hey, this is what's going on, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, this would be a good idea for a little subject matter for Low Grades. And sure enough, I've been watching a lot of wrestling A&E biographies, and it's been taking me back. And then I got a bunch of retro games I've been buying, and here we are.
In the zone. Oh, yo, we got a question from the homie Wesley's Comic Collection. Important question: Is Panel still haunted after the last episode?
Kind of candy ass question is that?
Woo! He's about to open a fuck can of whoop ass on you. But
shit.
To go back with what you were saying, man, I do love the way our format is no format. I love how everything is just genuine. Hey, if we want to come on here and talk about comics, we will. If we want to talk about vinyl or gaming or wrestling, this is the hangout spot. We chilling. We talked horror already, you know.
Yeah, we were talking backstage, and there's no reason for us not to tell people like what we talk about. We have no desire at all to worry about analytics, subscribers. We don't want to worry about anything, to be honest with you. I started this thing in mind just to get him to come on and chat with me. And then I just want to do this for me and for you. And it turns out people like the same shit we do. They want to talk about the same shit we do. It's just like Instagram or whatever fuck book that you get on. And shit, man, it's just we vibe, dog. We vibe well.
It's meeting folks like how we met through a hobby, meeting folks within this community. Everybody's dope. Everybody's cool. We can all talk about whatever we want, however we want, when we want. Well, in this case, on Friday nights. So, again, thanks to everybody in the chat hanging out with us. I know Ross and I appreciate it. You guys are willing to take a Friday out of your night and come hang out. KYC just dropped in the building. Shout out to Sheena. She just popped up. Like, everybody's in just hanging and banging, and we appreciate that, man. It's fucking cool.
I think that's what's kind of cool. Like, when I say that I don't want to worry about subscribers and shit, that doesn't mean that I'm ungrateful. It just means the fact that people, do subscribe to something that we don't even try to cater to anybody, and just that maybe people like that. I don't fucking know. I like
it. Comic Dude just stepped in. What's up, Comic Dude? Lord Chucks BLCC stepped in. He's running the crew with Harry O Fat Guy. Whenever Harry O Fat Guy is not at the Bunny Ranch, that's when they're running their thing, man. So shout out to everybody in the building, and welcome to Ep.004.
Yes, sir.
Gaming and wrestling.
Yes, sir.
It's going down, man. It's going down.
I don't know, dude. How have you been, first of all?
I've been good. I've been really good. Things are great.
So
work's cool. It's hot outside.
I know you already know, so I'm not gonna act like I didn't tell him backstage. I'm gonna go visiting my boy in October, we're gonna do a live low grades for 10 people or whoever shows up in the chat. But it's for you and I, man. I'm excited. People. Yeah.
Oh, bro. It's gonna be a fucking amazing trip. It's gonna be awesome.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited, dude.
A live low grade stream together. I think that's gonna be amazing because if the chemistry is vibing this well through the fucking technology, then in person it's gonna be fucking rocking and rolling, man. Shout out to the homie Comics on the Edge. Step through in the building. What's up, party people? I got some friends that wanted to come hang out.
Yeah.
Should we hang out with some friends? Should we bring in other contenders who might want to try to take your belt, or is this going to be a tag team? This is going to be a cage match. Should we start with
be a ladder match? Gaming? Do you know who the first ladder match was? Who made the ladder match famous? Do you know what wrestler did that?
No. You put me on the spot here, man. I didn't know.
I'll give you
gems. Drop some gems.
You ready? All right, so check it out. Have you ever heard of the group The Rockers?
No.
The Rockers was Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels. I can't remember the other. Hey guys, who was the other Rocker? Marty something. Marty, but Shawn Michaels made the ladder match famous. I don't remember, man. I don't fucking know. Razor Ramon. Oh shit.
Shoot. I think I might have to look that up. Man. Shout out to the homie Real Route 6.
Let's rock, man. I'm feeling good. I'm glad to be back. It's good to see your face. So yeah, let's bring some motherfuckers in.
Hey, man. Thank you. All right, well, coming to the ring next, we got a very intimidating person, well known. He looks pretty scary. He likes to wear a black jacket and carry a bat. Let's give a big warm welcome to my man Denthead in the building, ready to roll. Look at that. Holy shit. Y'all put me to shame, bro. I have no gear on, none of that. Look at him. He's ready.
How you doing, brother? How you doing? Okay, you scary as fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't speak.
What if he just sat there for fucking 4 hours and didn't say anything? Dude, just
oh fuck. All right, next to the stage we got a man who will pretty much Hadouken your ass straight out of the ring if you're not paying close attention. He has a twin brother by the name of Hyper Morbius. Hopefully we'll get him on the show.
Hey, highlight that guy. Highlight Bobby
Zanetti.
Highlight that guy. Glenn too.
Fuck, Bobby Zanetti.
Hey, was it really? Oh, Bobby Zanetti. Fuck. Marty. No, it's Marty Jannetty. Yeah, I knew it was like Marty, Mooby.
Marty, Mooby, Schmooby?
Kicked his ass with the barbershop.
I'm trying to find this guy, but we're going to rock and roll.
Ross muted himself again.
He muted himself again. Well, in the meantime, in between time, while he figures out his
I'm trying to figure out why this shit keeps happening. Y'all better watch your mouth when you're talking to the fucking champ.
Everybody say what's up to my man. Hyper Combo Comics in the building. Oh, man.
Rocking the Big Evil Taker shirt.
Hey.
Hell in the Cell.
Go. He threw Mankind right off that cell.
I remember that moment.
Right through that table. Right through the announcer's table.
I think actually his tooth actually went through his nose, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. That guy, after watching like a couple documentaries, he's so kind. He's so soft-spoken. He's a great family man. And he's very well respected in the industry that he did so much for wrestling and most wrestlers put their bodies through hell. But that guy, he kind of took it to the next level on every night. He gave it his all.
Shout out to the broski Sith Lordly in the building. Spike Kicks in the house. Damn, I thought I was watching Tony Sanders there for a second.
That appearance didn't end so well last week, but you win some, you lose some.
Can't be champ forever, man. Right? Oh wait.
I told Hyper. I said it's the minus
you can't be champ forever.
Comeback. We have one more homie backstage that'd like to join us. You may know him on the Instagram as the_comic_goon. And from my understanding, I believe he's a huge wrestling fan. And probably knows about retro gaming too. If he's a nerd like any of us, then you already know he's gonna know his shit as well. So everybody, why don't we give a big round welcome to the comic goon.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Look at that jabroni.
What up,
been
boy?
a
How you
while.
doing, brother?
Good, man. Just still settling. We moved about 2 weeks ago, so trying to get everything organized. So it took a little bit, but glad to be here, man. Thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Good. Thanks for coming
Definitely.
on. Hey, do we have cream pie man back there?
Cream
We have
pie,
one more
man.
backstage.
Not that I know of. Unless you see
Yo.
someone I don't see, then you're
Yo.
probably haunted.
Yo, comics on the edge. Get your ass backstage, brother. Let's go.
Ooh,
Yo, I'm
someone's
calling him to the
getting
ring.
called
I'm
out.
calling him to the ring. Let's go. You want the
So-
belt? Come get it.
Come take the shits. Well, not literally, but figuratively. Episode 4. We got some friends with us that want to talk wrestling and retro gaming.
Yes, sir.
There's 5 of us here. Should we take a vote on which topic we'd like to start with first, fellas?
Whoever says
Don't
it
matter,
first,
man.
just fuck a vote.
Fuck
Where
a
we going
vote.
with?
Let's go. Everyone's in the zone. Let's go wrestling. Everyone's
All right.
really fucking hyped right
All right.
now. We'll go wrestling. How about let's do a round?
Hey,
table.
wait. Hey,
What you
wait.
got?
You Comics on the Edge says you didn't send the link, you idiots. First of all, you're using too many big words when you're talking to the champ. Do it again, you're gonna get smacked up. Send the man a link.
Yeah. Let's send the link.
Man,
ASAP.
I asked you.
Uh,
I asked you before. I was like, "Did you send everyone a link?" I sent
I
everyone the
swore
link.
I thought
brother.
I had it, dude. That's low grade fashion. I swore,
Dude, you're about to
felt
hear.
100% confident that I had it. All right, everybody, let me know what your favorite wrestler is and why. We're gonna fucking start right there, and then we're gonna take it into some like memorable moments, matches, or what got y'all into
Okay.
wrestling as well.
We'll talk about whatever the fuck.
Let's
we
have
want.
fun.
All right then. Hitman Hart, obviously. Bret the Hitman Hart was always my favorite. I think it was like because when I was a kid, like hair metal was big back then.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, sure, I could have been. I mean, yeah, I love The Undertaker. I love badass wrestlers, but I don't know, there's something about Bret. I think he just was so good for the industry. He was kind of like the hero of the industry. He did play the villain for a bit. I don't know if people remember that, at least in America. But he has a great story. He has a huge family. He is a family man. And I think since I followed him, I followed the Rockers, I followed Shawn Michaels. They had such a good real life beef that it did add to the sensation as a kid that, yo, this shit's fucking real. And we're not going to get into the fucking argument about wrestling being real, not real, because that shit. These dudes are athletes and put their lives and bodies on the line and shit. So, but I digress, man. Bret the Hitman Hart, he's a stud.
Stud, just
Fucking
like the
stud.
butcher who just popped in. What's up, man? Thanks for dropping by, brother. Yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart was a stud. You got shades like him on.
Okay, so peep this. My mom took me in about around 1996, 1997. She took me to a match, and like it was always a dream of mine to get his pink shades because he'd always give them out on the way to the ring.
Right.
I mean, that was a big deal to me. And I remember watching fucking Ultimate Warrior, bro. Like, dude, like, no matter how many, I don't watch wrestling anymore, but like, no matter how many years go by, that dude was a fucking hero to me. Like watching Randy fucking Savage, like walk down as a kid. You're watching Superman. You're watching Batman. Those are heroes. So yeah, Bret the Hitman Hart came out. Of course, I didn't get the shades. I wrote him a sternly worded letter. Challenged him, but I had a good time, man. My mom took me to that. My dad always took me to monster truck shows, and so wrestling was a big part of my life. But enough
That's
about
cool.
me. I'm the champ.
Who you calling out?
Let's go fucking Goon, man. I know he's got some stories.
Oh man, it's such a hard question to say. Like who's like a favorite? I think to me, like Shawn Michaels can never have a bad match ever, right?
Yeah.
Like
Best
pioneered a ton of great matches, right? Like Hell in a Cell, ladder matches in the first Elimination Chamber. I mean, he was just so ahead of the time. Aside from like whatever his backstage attitude was at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
If we're just talking like work rate, I think Shawn Michaels was definitely a workhorse, and even more so when he came back from that back injury, and had his second run, which I think was better than his first. To be honest with you,
It's like a miracle.
yeah.
I mean, fuck.
Yeah, like when you see like he could barely work, he could barely wrestle that night. He dropped the belt to Stone Cold, and he left, and then he had his issues, whatever. But then he came back and he was just fucking killing it, And to me, I've always enjoyed watching, whether he was fighting like the Undertaker or Ric Flair or Kurt Angle, like Jericho, or any WrestleMania match he had, I could just watch and really just enjoy again. I just think he's just one of those guys that never had a bad match. And, a lot of times you see a wrestler, like I love Ric Flair, but a lot of times he had the same kind of match, right? He kind of just fed to the big face and then had his comeback. But Shawn Michaels was great at selling, but he was also great at creating really special moments within a match. You know what I'm saying? And the one that stands out is just that Ric Flair match he had, the retirement match. And it was just he like really pulled something out of Ric Flair in that match. And to me, it's like I still watch it to this day. That one and the first match he had with the Undertaker at WrestleMania was just phenomenal. Phenomenal storytelling, phenomenal. Like there was a couple of times where you really thought he was going to win. But yeah, I would say Shawn Michaels, like work rate rise, was just top of the top for me.
Yeah. And you're talking about a guy who's not big and he's never been big. And in a sport like where the Undertaker, I believe, is like 6'7" or something, 6'8" maybe.
Yeah.
Like
and him and you were talking to
pull it off.
Right. And you were talking about Brett. Like those two guys had amazing matches.
Yeah. Brett wasn't a big dude, man.
Even Brett would, I don't know if you read his book that he wrote many years ago. He talks about like he loved working with Shawn. He just hated his shitty attitude. Yeah. And he just would never return the favor, and that's where a lot of their stuff. But he loved working with Shawn Michaels. He loved it. He thought Shawn was, he even says to this day, Shawn was one of the best wrestlers he's ever been in the ring with, and I mean, vice versa.
They could have been a tag team duo. Both them two, I think, could have been awesome. Like there was the Hart Foundation. Now I remember that was like the first time I started watching wrestling was the Hart Foundation, where it was his brother-in-law. What was his name, dude? Fuck you, the other dude with the goatee.
Jim Neidhart.
Yeah, Jim Neidhart. Yeah, that was like his brother-in-law and shit. And like, dude, they were badass. Like they were fucking dope. And
That's
then
what got him on the map.
Yeah, it did. I mean, you watch all the genesis of all these guys. Like they didn't just go to the WWF and become big. They all had these like humble beginnings, and the passion for wrestling was there. And they fuck, man. I remember the Undertaker told a story about how he would wait like months in a waiting room just to get like, I forgot what the family's name is. The big wrestling family before McMahon.
Von Erichs?
Von Erichs, yeah, man. How he would wait, and then he just by happenstance happened to be in like the lobby, and then I don't remember, it was the head Von Erich walked by and reminded him of his son that had passed away. Yeah. And he's like, who's that guy out there? He's like, he didn't go by Undertaker at the time. I don't know if anyone knows that story, how he got that name, but he was like, yeah, he's been waiting for a match. He says, put him in. He reminds me of so-and-so, which happened to be his son that had passed. And there you go. Like the Undertaker got his shot.
Yeah.
Don't you have a story, dude? You have a story. Like I didn't know that about you. You wanted to do this? You wanted to be a wrestler?
Yeah, man. So I want to say I was like 23 or 24. I'm 37 now. So in the Northeast, there were some really good names when it came to professional wrestling. Amazing Red, Brian XL, the SATs. All these guys really were located in the Northeast. So they were going to open up a school together, which is now goes by the House of Glory. That's Amazing Red's wrestling school that currently operates out of Brooklyn, New York. So I paid my dues, paid some money, and then I started training with Joel Maximo. Joel Maximo was one half of the SATs, and apparently him, Brian XL, and Red were going to run to school together. So I trained for a few months, and something happened where Joel Maximo ended up taking my money and disappearing, fell off the face of the earth.
Oh shit!
So after that, I was kind of just like, you know what, I'm kind of done, you know, and I didn't want to wrestle anymore, but I still enjoyed watching wrestling. What is what it was. I'll tell you right now, like, it's definitely not easy. Like, shit, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a bigger guy now, but back then I was in shape, I was healthy. It was hard. It was very, very hard work. Like, that's just learning how to take a simple bump. You'd have bruises just going all the way down and then all the way down to the other side. Learning how to run the ropes, like those ropes hurt. Like, you'd get banged up and bruised up, and you know you'd have to pay your dues. You know what I mean? You know, I think the weirdest story I had, we Joel Maximo was like, all right, we're gonna shoot wrestle a little bit because you got to learn how to protect yourself in the ring, right? And he's like, does anybody have any background in like jiu-jitsu or wrestling? And I wrestled all through high school, and I didn't say anything. I was like, yeah, a little bit. So we started wrestling around, and I ended up just putting him in a heel hook or whatever. Dude got so mad, he ended up like cross-facing me and like fucking on my nose.
Yeah.
He pride hit you hit him with.
I destroyed him. Like, so I whatever, you know, you always hear about like paying your dues or whatever. So that's what I took it as, and I left it at that. Now I don't know what they're doing. I know Amazing Rest still has a school, and he's a great dude. Like, he's a really nice person. So like, it's not his fault, but they ended up splitting up because, you know, people were getting screwed. I wasn't the only student, unfortunately, but that's what it is in wrestling, right? Like, wrestling was a very carny thing, right? Like, back in the 30s, 40s, the mob used to run wrestling rackets to make people believe it was a real sport. And
shit.
And that's how they didn't know that. So like, you still have a lot of that same attitude with some of the older guys, where like they're just gonna make their money and dip. So
the Undertaker had a similar story about.
I know somebody that I got somebody who can run the ropes. He can probably run the ropes with the Undertaker. He's waiting backstage, but he said he's ready to call out Panel, the Hitman Hart, for talking that ish. 3, 2, 1.
Hold up.
Gonna make some.
Hold up.
What's up, fellas?
Hold up.
Oh, man. Shit, my man Rob.
Hey, what's up, man?
Rob, you got something to say?
Backstage for like 20 minutes, so
I
way
know.
to keep it on brand, guys. The low grade brand.
It's crazy, Rob. These guys are enrolling in the club and everything, making
some
us wait.
things just don't change. You know what I mean? There's fucking 5 episodes already. You would think that they'd know.
Yeah, keep those expectations low.
Hey, candy ass jabroni.
So
come up in my show, you candy ass.
Fun fact, guys.
Fun fact.
Vaughn is actually my favorite East member. Close second, close first ahead of Boogie. So I'm glad to be on the show with him. Thanks for having me.
Is this like
thanks for coming on, man.
This is the West Chapter championship belt that you might have to wrestle from me. It might be your year, Robert. It might be your year. And this could be yours.
I fight dirty, so I take what I can get. And you will deserve it if you win.
Is there pie involved?
There might be.
There might be, brother. All right.
At the end. I don't know where, but.
Hey, thanks for coming on, dude. I know you missed your show, The Grail Keepers, and they were talking games. And that's another. Hey, if anyone hasn't subbed up to The Grail Keepers, don't, because he's on it. But also, yeah,
I take it as a personal attack because you guys are the Grail Keepers' arch enemies. So I don't deserve to be treated like this, guys. Come on, get your life straight.
I have an announcement. October 19th, ladder match, no holds bar. Robert and I are going for the belt. It's going to be for all the glory.
If you want to see, I put it in the chat. If you want to see like the real, like one of the first ladder matches, it happened at Stampede Wrestling. It was just like a regular ladder that the referee will hold up as the person would climb. It was extremely dangerous. Like it's real bad. It's really bad.
What was the wrestling company that really went big? I forgot what their name was with the blood. Like they really
ECW.
ECW. You guys remember that shit, bro? That shit was
I went to a show.
Really?
I was a fucking middle school, and I went to Philly to go to an ECW show. And this is the first time, rest in peace, I saw New Jack live.
Oh, dude, he just died, you know?
He just passed away.
Dude,
Natural Born Killers came on, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, what is this? He came out, just started beating the brains out of everybody in the ring. There was cursing, there was people screaming. It was nothing like a WWF show I went to.
He stabbed people.
I'm like, this is the ring. Oh yeah, he beat up this dude named Gypsy Joe. He's like an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah.
The dude no-sold him. He hit him with a bat multiple times for real. Like really bad.
Yeah. Is that where you contracted hepatitis? Is that the ECW?
Yeah, some dude spit on me.
Well, it doesn't help that you asked.
Oh shit.
Yeah, man. ECW was great.
So how long did ECW run?
Wow.
Till like 90.
Yeah, they had a good
2000.
run.
Yeah,
I want to say
because I mean the invasion angle happened when
right before WCW.
2001, I think. So
yeah,
it was right before then.
Yeah.
So WCW was notorious for taking contracts and taking wrestlers from WWF because WWF was not always on top. Did ECW get any wrestlers that we know?
No.
Like
they were contracted with WWE on the side. Vince had a deal with Paul Heyman on the side.
Really?
So that's why, dude.
Like, smart, dude.
Like
he's a businessman.
Apparently, Paul Heyman was getting paid, but not paying his wrestlers.
Yeah.
So Rob Van Dam had actually gotten hurt. So like when they moved to TNN, Rob Van Dam wasn't around. So TNN, when ECW went over to TNN, that was kind of like the test to see if wrestling would work on that network. Because remember, WWE wasn't always on USA. They moved over to like
TNT.
TNT. So
TNT or something.
It was Spike became Spike TV or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But that was the test. So yeah, it was pretty nuts. It was crazy.
You guys remember who was the first ECW heavyweight champ? Most people won't know this.
It had to be Jimmy Snuka, I think.
It is Jimmy Snuka, yeah. But
no shit.
Yeah. Superfly.
They actually had pretty good reps. Like Don Morocco was over there.
Well,
Scott Hall showed up once.
Because before it was called Eastern
Fucking
Championship Wrestling, and then it turned into ECW, Extreme Championship. It wasn't always Extreme.
Right.
Man, my wrestling days, like the glory days, come from like WCW, the Wolfpack, and New World Order, and those. Yeah,
you're
days.
a little younger, which is still a good era. But you came a little bit after.
Like I always heard of the Von Erichs because my mom was in love with the Von Erichs. Right, as all the Von Erichs were,
they were big.
They'd go walk to the ring. And women would just grab them and kiss up on them.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was always familiar with who they were. I remember wrestling being on as a kid. Like I forgot who in the chat said that. Papa Shango. I remember Papa Shango.
Papa Shango.
But I don't know like how old like I may have been at that time. When I fully understood wrestling, I was watching The Undertaker or things on WCW, fucking Conan and the Wolfpack. Viva la raza. Like, let's fucking go. That shit was so dope to me at that time.
Right.
That was the Monday Night Wars. That's when it was actually
Jr., Latino Heat. Those were
everyone was watching wrestling at that time. I feel like
I do remember a fellow by the name of Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, my man just dropped. Hell yeah, man! I love
that. But even the NWO concept was a stolen concept, right? Like that came straight from Japan. Chono had that going in the Eric Bishop, which is brilliant, right? They're not doing that shit over here. Might as well bring it in. But WCW always had a good relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling anyway. But yeah, dude, Hacksaw was I met him one time I was signing. He was
no shit.
He definitely coked out, I think.
That guy's still alive, too.
Yeah, man, he's still going.
He doesn't look very good, but he's still alive.
I mean, a lot of them had drug problems. Dude, one of the worst wrestling stories I've heard, like backstories, was fucking Jake the Snake. That dude's got the worst fucking life.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's still alive, actually.
I mean,
that movie was amazing.
he also had the worst father in the world, right?
His
Like
father-
his father was like, you know, hooking up with Jake's mom was like 13 years old when he was born.
like he's a product of
he's a lot of abuse. You know, his sister was kidnapped and killed. Like that whole family was kind of, you know, good to see Jake where he is now, because that dude he is so valuable when it comes to wrestle. So
thanks to DDP, right?
Yeah, DDP really helped him out. DDP is just like that in real life too, though. Dude's super. I met him at New York Comic Con a few years ago. Dude's very like friendly and, you know, loves having conversations with people. That whatever you see in like TV that's just him in real life.
Yeah,
sure.
That DDP yoga has got them all in the zen.
Well, that thing that he started was, I mean, it was, I don't remember the story behind it, but it was really good for a lot of wrestlers, the program that he came up with for their bodies. Because back in the day, wrestlers didn't have doctors. They didn't have trainers. Like there wasn't any, I don't know how to say it. There wasn't any like drug testing. I mean, they could do whatever the fuck. They were rock stars.
They were doing nothing. Yeah, they had everything.
Well, the thing is also because DDP started fairly late compared to most guys in the business. I think he actually started in his late 30s when most guys that's kind of like the tail end of their career usually. Because he was mostly a manager up until that point. And then I think it was Scott Hall or Kevin Nash that kind of told him that he should give this.
Yeah, he was too tall to be a manager.
Dude's
like
that's the problem.
6'6".
He was dwarfing the wrestlers that he was managing, so it was not really a good look. So, and I think it's just he was just getting some nagging injuries, and he just looked into yoga and he kind of made it his own, and that's kind of how he morphed it into his own program. And he ends up, because the thing is, I think there's a stigma also that, you know, back in the 90s, yoga was considered more of an effeminate kind of sport, so he kind of had to break that stereotype. And then when guys saw his longevity, they kind of took to his program, and then they realized the benefit.
It's crazy. It was his ex-wife, Kimberly Page, was like, "Hey, you should do yoga." And he's like, "I don't know, I'm not gonna do yoga." And he ended up doing it. He said it saved his career, really. You know?
Yo, definitely. I think he was a big influence on Jake the Snake.
I heard a lot of good things about his yoga.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. I mean, he helped a lot of wrestlers out.
You guys heard about that?
What he did with Razor Ramon was fucking amazing.
Razor,
he didn't realize how bad of a shape he was, and he still took him in. He came in a fucking wheelchair, dude.
Yeah.
And for him to walk out, it was nuts. But Razor Ramon is probably like my favorite wrestler of all time. I love that guy. And when I watched that Jake the Snake movie and I saw the shape that Razor Ramon was in, I kind of got the feels, man, because I remember being so excited watching him enter the ring and doing the razor's edge to people. And I mean, I just thought he was just like, you know, he's just an awesome wrestler. And he, to see him, to not, you know, because I haven't been keeping up on wrestling since I graduated high school.
Right.
So to see that now, like, because I just watched that documentary not too long ago. And to see him in a frail state, being wheelchaired into the room, that shit was hard, you know, because you're thinking like, dude, this guy's like near death. Even DDP said it. Like, I don't think this guy has much time left. And now, you know, then he, formed a relationship with his kids, and you know, he's active, and it didn't really take much, not as much as Jake the Snake did, you know, and. Man, I'm just so glad to see him in good shape now. And then you got to see him be I think he was inducted to something.
The WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and he
had the best speech of the night. It was short and sweet, to the point, and it was just like that's the guy. That's the guy I remember.
Well, he was doing the same. He was in the same night that Mr. T did his long ass speech. So.
Talking about his mom. Yeah.
Yo, so is there any wrestler that's not in the Hall of Fame that y'all feel like should be there?
Oh,
I think they kept Owen Benoit out, right? I believe they won't let him in.
They won't talk about him at all.
No way. But I Chris got it. Had the nail on the head that Owen's just super overdue. You know, they just inducted the Bulldog.
His wife and kids will never let him be in the Hall of Fame.
They don't.
What about Barry Horowitz?
His wife and their kids say that they will never let wrestling be like putting him in the Hall of Fame. And, you know, that's what killed him.
In the WWE Hall of Fame, because they did put him in. There is another Hall of Fame, Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame that they did put him in. It's like I don't want to say the NWA Hall of Fame. It was I can't remember what it was called, but there's another Hall of Fame that takes place that they did. It's just the WWE. Like, yeah, that whole situation is slow stop. If you guys haven't watched like Dark Side of the Ring, go watch it.
Oh yeah,
That's
it's fantastic.
Watch it.
That Chris Benoit
I think
episode was
Owen
real.
episode
Like, man,
the Owen Hart episode messed me up because I remember just staying up with Jen and just talking to her about it. I'm like, this is really fucking sad. Like, this is sad. This hurts to watch because a lot of times wrestlers that go through shit, it's a lot of their own doing, right? Like a lot of their own vices. Owen did nothing wrong. He wasn't into drugs. He wasn't into drinking. He was into practical jokes and just trying to make money and take care of his family. So like seeing that, like the way it turned out was just terrible.
Well, especially because he was always in his brother's shadow. He really was. Even though they were tight as fuck. Like no one's gonna ever upstage Bret Hart. He was like Beatlemania. No matter what, like one of the biggest things that ever happened to wrestling was Undertaker and him. And I mean, Hogan had his time, Savage had his time. Dude, like I think about sad stories. I think about like what happened with the Ultimate Warrior. Like that dude finally got to a place in his life.
Oh man,
he accepted he fucking got inducted. Him and Vince made up, and then
he reconciled with a ton of people,
which is a good way. Yeah. So I guess it's bittersweet, right?
Everybody pissed off.
He died here too, I believe, in Arizona.
That's where he ended up moving to after wrestling.
I mean, that is a
Monday night promo. Then he walked out.
Shut up! Shut your mouth, Robert. Wait, hold on, Robert.
That's where people go out to die.
What'd you say, bro?
That's where people go out to die, man. What do you expect?
Well, come on out and die.
No, but here's the thing though about Owen Hart though, because Bret Hart even said that had he still been in the company, he would have definitely stopped Owen Hart from doing that stunt. And actually, I don't know who said this, but Owen Hart was not even feeling, because you guys know how he died, right? He kind of fell from like the harness that he was on kind of snapped, and then he fell, right? He was not feeling doing that stunt prior to the event, and apparently when someone kind of asked him, like, did you talk to Vince about it? And then Owen Hart kind of gave an answer like, well, you know how that goes. Almost like Vince kind of, it's almost like, I think he was afraid of.
I think that what they said in Dark Side of the Ring, it said the carabiner he was attached to was like, all it took was a couple of pounds of pressure for it to snap.
Yeah.
I don't climb, so I don't know. Right, exactly, Chris. Yeah, that's what they said. I mean, you're right. Like, unfortunately, when he dropped down, he ended up. Dude, I remember watching that pay-per-view and not know. I thought it was just bullshit. Like,
me and my friends were like, "What the hell just happened?"
Yeah.
So
that's crazy. That's wild.
Did you hear how JR found out about the news though? Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Well, no, I want to know now. Tell me about the news. I'll get to my friends. We had friends pop in the building, man. Uncanny Swag joined us, Azerus, Phil, Comics Talk Weekly. We had the chat's popping, man. I just wanted to take some time, give some love to everyone hanging out, talking wrestling with us. So, Hyper Taker, back to the news, bro.
No, because the thing is, JR and King were doing commentary that night, right? So, they get, JR gets news from Kevin Dunn in the production truck, how to keep the show going, because they just witnessed the whole Owen Hart thing. They don't know the status of the dude because they just took him out the stretcher. So Kevin Dunn's like, all right, you're going to have to, let people know what happened. And then JR's like, wait, what's the status of Owen Hart? And then Kevin Dunn's like, JR, Owen Hart's dead. And then he counted him down, 3, 2, 1. And then he basically had to kind of announce, he pretty much found out about Owen Hart's death right when
he did a great job. Yeah. He really did. Like, I mean, the composure that he had, I mean, oh fuck, dude, I'll never forget that. Just like him saying, he's like, I have the unfortunate responsibility to let everyone know. I mean, he handled it like a professional. I don't know. And then the Benoit situation,
dude, yeah. And you know what the tragic thing is? Both those guys
Guerrero.
Yeah.
Right.
Queen Elizabeth.
Thing is,
China.
you guys probably would remember where you were when you heard these when you heard those news, right? I mean, I kind of remember where I was when I heard the Benoit news and when I heard the Guerrero news. Like
The Benoit, I mean, Owen Hart, I don't remember.
I remember it was covered all day on the news. I just
Mhm.
watched the news all day, and then I watched Raw, and then William Regal said something on the show, and I'm like, does he know something we don't know? Because at the time, right,
Yeah.
they canceled Raw, and they just had a bunch of people speaking about Chris Benoit and like how great he was, and William Regal was just like not having it.
Mhm.
Like his speech was very different, and it looked like he might have figured out that maybe Chris was behind these killings because nobody knew. Nobody knew it was a murder suicide,
I mean,
you know, at the time. And then when they announced it, and then the next night, Vince McMahon's like, you know, we're never going to say the name Chris Benoit again. And then that was it.
Here's the deal though, because like I didn't have cable that time, so I was watching WWE, like following it through WWE.com. So when Benoit news first hit, like they didn't get all the facts. So at the time, they just treated it as like a tragic death. And then there were a couple of video clips of guys like Triple H and some of those guys giving like nice little speeches, like on like pre-recorded stuff for Benoit. A few hours later, I'm seeing another headline: murder suicide. I'm like, that's the headline. I don't know the full story. I'm like, oh shit! Please don't tell me what I think it is. And I click on it. Sure enough, it's you know, you come to find out that Benoit who did the whole double murder suicide. So then, obviously, they scrubbed all those videos that they did because, you know, they didn't have their facts straight. So it was a complete cluster. That
yeah.
I mean, you can't mention his name again. I understand that. I wouldn't put it past CTE being involved, but that still doesn't. I mean, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. It's sad because of Guerrero and him they're like brothers, man. So I mean that whole thing it's tragic either way. Either way you look at it, because
I think Eddie's death was the tipping point. I think that was
Well, it's kind of like Chris Cornell, and then what happened with what's his name from Linkin Park? Because they were like, "What? Did you say Phil Collins?"
shoot, I blank on the name.
Spencer something, right?
Shoot, the guy that passed away. I damn it, from Linkin Park. The name, I'm sure if one of you guys mention, it's gonna be like, oh shit, okay, yes, I remember.
Juan's googling it right now.
Oh, me? No, I'm just cleaning my phone.
And now I have to Google it just for my own peace of mind because it's just gonna wreck me for the rest of the evening. Hold on, Lincoln.
Chester Bennington.
There you go. That's the name. Yeah.
Welcome back, J2.
What's up?
It got a little too quiet there, so I had to jump back in. Yeah, I'm low grading in every way. I'm like the fucking mankind of low grading. My shit's fucking up, but I'm still fucking shit up.
Or what?
Yes. How'd you know? You watching me through my window right now?
Yeah.
How'd you know that, bro?
I'm
watching you. I'm watching you. I'm gonna have to panel the Hitman hard on you, bro.
Cream rises to the top.
I'll be the fucking pallbearer to Hyper Taker, and we can throw some.
Okay, hey, do you guys know how Undertaker got his name?
Mm-mm.
So I don't remember. It's ridiculous. You do?
Podcast.
Yeah. So I watched the Joe Rogan and him on the podcast. He said that it was all Vince McMahon had that idea for the longest time, and that when Vince called up one day and he never even had a match yet, and he didn't have any work for him, he went out to Vince's house and said, "Oh, well, I don't have any work for you right now." But then all of a sudden, Vince calls out of the blue and says, "Is this the Undertaker?" And then he answers the phone. He's like, "The Undertaker." yeah, and that's how he became the Undertaker. So it was all. I mean, it's pretty crazy because the longevity of that man's career. I mean, fuck, dude. He really didn't break character. The guy was fuck, and he's not the Undertaker. Like I guess when Vince asked him at his house, he's like, "Do you have any special talents?" They're trying to think of a name or something, and he I guess on the spot said, "Oh, I sing pretty well in the shower." And Vince did not find did not find that funny. So I mean, you can when you listen to I forgot his name, the real name, but he's just
Mark-
not that
Mark
guy.
Holloway.
Yeah, he's a very nice, soft-spoken, funny guy. So the Undertaker is it like Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's Stone Cold. Like if you see him interview, like that's him. That really is him. So, but Undertaker, fuck man, he really embodied that character for the longest time.
Right. It's so weird to see him out of that character and
it is
talking and opening up, right? Like he really protected the business as far as like, you know, keeping kayfabe and you know, not giving anything away. But now he's just like like just opening up, which is good to hear. I think at that point, like, yeah, we want to hear some stories and you know, shit like that. You know, I think my favorite one, it was like they thought Shawn Michaels was gonna kind of screw Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania, and he sat backstage and taped up his hands in front of Shawn Michaels, and it's like if you do something, I'm gonna be waiting for you back here. He sat down next to Vince, watched the match. When it was over, he took the tape off his hands and left. Just sat there.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, after the Montreal screw job, like I mean, I'll never forget Bret Hart actually spitting on Vince, and there he goes again. He's gone. Yeah, he fucking spit on him.
I don't think G2 wants to be here, to be honest.
Sean finally admitted he was in on it too.
Well, dude, he was in on it from the beginning, and Sean.
He
All
had
right,
for so long.
What Goon said, no one ever didn't say that about him. He was a prick, but he is one of the best wrestlers. He was. They said he was always one of the best to do it.
He was the only one.
So you got to give it to him. But he was a prick. I mean, but I guess now they say like Triple H, Paul Levesque, is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Paul Levesque, yeah.
But yeah, like I mean, him and what's his name went through a rough patch, and I guess they're like best buds. And
when he hurt his back, they didn't talk for like 2 years.
Yeah, because the thing is also, at that time, also Sean was also getting into drug issues and all that, and it got to the point that basically Triple H almost had to snitch on him, and then that basically got him some heat with Triple H, and then they had a falling apart, and then you know the story about how he found religion, and then that's how he kind of came back into wrestling.
I mean, pretty much Triple H was the guy. You know, they saw that he didn't do drugs, he didn't drink, so they just brought him along so that way he could drive, he could be the sober one.
And he did. And he did it for quite a long time. I mean, even Shawn Michaels is emotional because of what that guy did for him. Fucking put him to bed and shit. Might have kept him alive, you know.
No, but speaking of Taker, man,
Shawn Michaels.
The thing is, my early memory of Taker, because I was like, I mean, I'm sure like some of you guys are in your 30s. I was watching, you know, wrestling back in the early 90s. So, you know, I was more of a Hulkamaniac growing up. So then when Taker got onto the scene, like, you know, keep in mind, I'm like in grade school. So like for me, wrestling was, I didn't really understand that it was like, you know, premeditated, I guess, to some extent. So you just see the Stooges coming out, no selling, nothing. He basically, you know, looks like, you know, death, and he basically just he's the only guy that basically didn't sell any of Hogan's moves, I found, and then he just took the belt. So then Taker was like, oh shit, okay, this guy's something else. And then when he turned babyface, I don't know if you guys remember the '93 Royal Rumble when Giant Gonzalez came.
Yeah,
like dude was like he was legit 8 feet tall, and he had like this skin tight bodysuit that made him look like Sabretooth. I never saw someone manhandle Taker so badly. It actually freaked me out. I didn't even watch the rest of the pay-per-view. I actually went to bed that night because I was so scared of him.
Taker said that the one guy who hurt him was Rey Mysterio Jr. and broke his orbital doing one of his crazy tricks. He's like, yeah, the smallest guy in the fucking industry broke my fucking orbital bone.
I thought it was Viscera that did that. Wasn't Viscera?
Viscera did that too. Yeah.
He broke both of them. Both of them. One of them was from Mysterio.
That's when he wore that Phantom of the Opera looking mask.
That's it. Yeah, that's why he wore the mask, and no one really knew about it. See, he was really a fucking genius, keeping everything. I mean, he had issues with his arm and shit, and I believe he's had both of his knees replaced.
And hip.
Yeah, and hips. Yeah, the dude did I mean, just cortisone shots and go in there, which he wouldn't be the only one. A lot of wrestlers, I'm sure.
For sure, man. A lot of them self-medicated, whatever. Like, it must have been so easy for them to get drugs back then because you're going to different states all the time, so you could doctor shop. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's wild shit.
I mean,
self-medicating.
oh,
Talking about him no selling and keeping all the kayfabe. When Paul Bearer died, how he remembered him, but still did not break his character throughout the whole time, throughout the whole thing with CM Punk. He still honored him as people do when they go on camera and talk about yada, yada, yada. This is what I loved about him. He never broke character honoring him on camera at all.
Right.
which that was actually a big stink with Shawn Michaels because although it wasn't on like Monday Night Raw, I believe, wasn't it Shawn Michaels where they were all buddy in the ring after beating them and someone got it on film in New York?
No. Oh, the curtain call.
The curtain call, yeah. Which is, I mean, it depends your age, man. Like,
well, back then, you didn't know all this kind of stuff. You didn't
well, yeah, at my age now, I wouldn't care. I think that'd be cool to see. But, dude, when I was a kid, if I were to see it, you might get a little fucking confused and it might have ruined it for you. I don't know.
Because in the 90s, they were very protective of the business. I mean, nowadays, like, you know, with all the PR stuff WWE and all those other companies do.
Playing video games with each other and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the secret's pretty much out at this point. But back then, they really tried to keep it. I mean, even though at that people, like, you know, adults did know that, you know, it was predetermined, they still wanted to keep that illusion. So when the curtain call happened, Vince was not happy because, you know, you just didn't do that kind of stuff back then.
Oh, yeah, people were spazzing
Vince on
out.
steroids?
Vince definitely took steroids.
Oh, dude, he's still on
Hogan,
steroids. Look at him, dude.
Testified to that.
His fucking traps, bro.
He was fighting Austin. He was jacked.
I'm on steroids.
Yeah, his own steroids company at this point.
Much about your steroids.
Speaking of steroids and big swole dudes, I'm gonna take I don't know how far back, but I'm trying to remember the dude. He used to wear like that fucking medieval like chain mesh on his head and Big Papa Pump.
Scott
Steiner. That's right. I always remember him from his little blonde goatee thing, and he had fucking arms the size of my head.
Dude has the best promos in the business, man. Like
TNA Steiner math.
TNA Steiner was very special.
Yeah. There were certain wrestlers like, okay, let's go to this. Certain wrestlers that just, you know, weren't a fan of. I mean, just never hit with you, like fucking Goldberg, or like I wasn't a big fan of. God, I can't think of. Like who really didn't hit with you? Lex Luger, yeah, the narcissist Lex, yeah, he didn't hit with me.
With me, Shawn Michaels didn't hit. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of him.
Really?
To be honest. Yeah.
I wasn't a big fan of Jeff Jarrett, but I think that's partly because I think he just did a really good job of just being a big prick.
So. I don't know how
of who?
Jeff Jarrett. When he was back doing his Double J thing in the 90s.
It took a long time for me to like Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H was
in the beginning.
Yeah.
I used to fucking hate Triple H.
Yeah, he's never really been my thing.
It's time to play the game.
I never liked Regal.
Yeah, me neither.
I used to be a big fan of Scotty 2 Hotty. I thought he was interesting.
I didn't like Kurt Angle. I didn't like him.
Really? That he was like one of my favorites.
Fuck Kurt Angle.
I thought that dude caught on to wrestling quicker than most people.
His promo was fire.
When Kurt Angle did his own version of Sexy Boy.
Yeah.
I don't want nothing to do with him.
Dude could be serious. Dude could be funny, and then like really beat your ass. Like all the stories of Vince trying to like pin Kurt Angle like just randomly on a plane. It's fucking hysterical. They got in trouble because when they were wrestling, they almost hit that emergency door open while they were in the air, but it didn't open. But that's the plane ride from hell.
Are you guys Team Hulkamania or Team Savage?
Savage.
Yeah, I go Savage.
Well, you know, I did watch. What's it? A&E is doing documentaries.
Yeah.
So the recent one I saw was Randy Savage, and
holy
great
shit,
one. That was amazing.
Yeah, that's great.
He was a baseball player who fucking got a sports injury and had to learn to throw left-handed and still pulled it off. Like, are you kidding me?
That's not, I never was a big fan of Hulk until he went until he was NWO. Because I always kind of like the bad guys, you know what I mean? So I was like, yo, fucking Hulk is about to be a villain. He's about to be a fucking badass. 22-inch pythons. He's about to fucking go in the black and white. When Sting joined NWO, that was super fucking cool for me too. I thought that was super badass.
I mean, I was Hogan talk about how scared he was walking out to the ring, knowing he was about to leg drop Macho Man. How the fans were going to react to him, because that guy, you never saw that person that big going heel.
The thing is, it couldn't have been anyone else though, because I know that Sting was.
Sting was on top of the list.
Yeah, but if it was anyone else, I don't think you would have got the same reaction. Because Hogan, for the longest time, was. I mean, people forget that he was a heel when he started wrestling back in, I think, AWA, but for the longest time he was the top babyface. So to see him do the leg drop like that, it got the reaction that they needed. You know, shit was getting thrown in the ring, and you know, people really took that.
People were pissed.
Well, my dad was pissed because I'm not fucking pay-per-view ever again.
So that's a good point, though. I mean, we're lucky to have lived where WWE has had so many awesome storylines, and you know, those are some of them. And I don't know if you guys have a favorite one, but I mean, I have, you know, a few.
Well, then why don't you tell us so we quit beating around the bush?
You know, I was a lot. One of the things I used to love, and it didn't happen very often, is when an unexpected, I guess, just like a no-name fighter would actually win. You know, like as if you know, y'all know the Brooklyn Brawler. He was always fighting, but he never really won. Barry Horowitz was one of the first. Well, yeah, there you go. Who kind of broke into that, where he kind of used that, and he started winning, and he started, you know, accumulating a streak, and it just got better and better. And then he finally, you know, crashed down to reality and just couldn't come back from that. But another one is 1-2-3 Kid. You know, he was a kid, and he wasn't winning a lot, and all of a sudden he won his first match, and it just shot him up to fame, and he became X-Pac, which I didn't like.
Against Razor, wasn't it?
Huh?
Wasn't it against Razor Ramon?
Yeah. So, but you know, another favorite storyline of mine was Greg the Animal Steel. I don't know if you guys remember him, but
you see the turnbuckles.
Yeah, you see turnbuckles. So like, you're special. You know what I mean?
He was special.
And reminding of you, Russ. But
wait, what?
He reminded me a little bit of you.
Oh yeah, I'm special.
But you know, there was that storyline where he was kind of getting bullied by other wrestlers, and then I think it was Hulk. I mean, it's so long ago. I think it was Hulk Hogan kind of came to his rescue, and yeah, it was just like an awesome storyline. I just that's what I kind of miss. I don't know how the storyline's hold up now, but
I'll tell you now. Back then, when they had like 4 pay-per-views and like 2 TV specials a year, it was way better because you could build long-term storylines that lasted months. Now you have 2 pay-per-views, sometimes a month, and you can't really do it. You know what I mean? I think one of mine was Macho Man versus Ultimate Warrior, the retirement match.
Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. Now we're talking.
People crying in the crowd when Miss Elizabeth ran down and threw Sherry out the ring, and Macho Man's hugging. And then like Bobby the Brain, he was like puncher. It was just so one-liners. But the match in itself was very good. I remember it being a very good match. It was one of the only times the Ultimate Warrior did not run to the ring. He walked to the ring.
Oh wow!
And they told a really great story.
Wait, did they have? Is that the WrestleMania where they actually had the thing where the guys traveled in that moving ring?
No, this one wasn't the moving ring.
Okay.
This I forget which one this was at, but I remember he walked to the ring. He didn't run. The match was pretty long because I know like you run to the ring, you're gonna blow up, you're gonna gas out
for sure.
But he walked to the ring, and then they had a great match where the Warrior thought like it was his destiny to lose and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, guy.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites to watch live. It was really, really good, really good.
Yeah, I mean, I actually have. I think this happened in the same pay-per-view. Because for me, like you mentioned, I think what hurts the product today is when you have pay-per-views happening every 4 weeks. Sometimes storylines get rushed and you don't get a big payoff. Like I remember back in the '90s, you guys remember obviously $1 Million Man and Virgil.
Yeah.
So for the longest time, like Virgil was being treated like shit. Like and the thing is, you can't really do that storyline today for obvious reasons. There's certain things that people would
right.
It would not be considered. Some of the stuff that was happening, it was a bit, politically incorrect, I guess you could say. But back then, Virgil was pretty much like $1 Million Man's bitch, and every time, $1 Million Man kind of lost or something, he would kind of slap Virgil around or kind of treat him like a punk. And then I think it was the same WrestleMania that you were talking about that the Warrior and Savage had their thing. It was $1 Million Man. I don't know. Oh, it was $1 Million Man and Virgil versus the Rhodes brothers. Dusty and his son.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the $1 Million Man and Virgil beat the Rhodes brothers, and then he asked Virgil to wrap the belt around his waist. And then Virgil.
Damn, that's a oh my, that's a kiss the ring moment, bro.
Yeah. So
damn.
And at the time, Roddy Piper was kind of telling Virgil not to do it, and Virgil was just like hesitating, and then the crowd was really eating this up. Like they were really like, is this the moment that he's gonna finally, break free,
step up?
And then you thought he was gonna comply, and then while $1 Million Man's like kind of gloating, he clocks him with that belt, and the crowd goes nuts because it all led to that moment where he kind of, and he was a mid-card. It's not like Virgil was like at the same tier as like a Warrior or Hogan, but he got that same level kind of pop that those guys would have got because the build-up was so well done. And then he went to NWO, and then his character never became
he was always with the NWO just to get beat up.
That was probably the peak of his career. That moment at WrestleMania, and that's the moment that still lives on.
My apologies.
Talking about the pay-per-views, this is why I like AEW, because they have maybe 2 or 3 pay-per-views a year right now.
I need to check that out.
Build it up storyline-wise to the pay-per-views, but still have different things going on every week. But one of my favorite storylines was between Edge and Matt Hardy.
Mm-hmm.
That was real life shit going on in that ring.
Yeah.
Between Edge basically taking the lead away from him and then showing like true emotions and Matt saying his real name on TV and stuff. Just beat it. Such a great storyline.
I'll tell you,
a real life storyline.
I went to Raw, and I remember when Lita came out, she was still a good guy, right? Like she was a good girl, whatever.
Yeah.
And the crowd was just chanting like slut at her, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why they like what did I miss? And the guy told me, oh, she cheated on Matt with Edge. So then I'm like, slut. I was like, slut. Just talking so much shit, right? And then that like Chris was saying, like that whole storyline was super fun. That cage match was incredible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the payoff. But they had a match before that, right? SummerSlam, where Matt like hit his head on the pole and just bled out everywhere. Oh, it's disgusting.
Yeah, that match actually ended prematurely. It felt like, I think they almost wanted to make it look like a shoot fight. So
right.
It didn't even have a pin or anything. They kind of just stopped the fight because it was almost like a TKO.
Yeah, dude was bleeding like a stuffed pig.
I mean, most of the time they let that shit go because that's money. When they get those big gushers, dude.
As they say, red equals green. Like,
Yeah, man.
That's like when Bret Hart put the sharpshooter on Stone Cold. And Stone Cold just
Oh,
passed
yeah.
out from blood.
Oh man,
That
Stone
made
Cold, and he kept going.
That
Yeah,
made
because
it.
the sharpshooter that made him go. And my wife last night, she was like, did he really pass out? I was like, oh, he really passed out. All right, but he back up.
and
The
they
Hitman-
have
the
a
Hitman
really
don't stay down.
they have a really good relationship too.
Mhm.
Like a lot of love
Yeah.
for each other. They have. Like,
Well, yeah. Have you seen like when The Rock had the honor of seeing Stone Cold off, and he leaned down before doing his pin. He's like, I love you. Thank you for all you've done.
Like right in the ring.
Oh, Ross muted himself.
He muted himself. I was
Why
ready to
does he
start
keep doing
crying
that?
from that story.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck up.
Yo, have y'all tried,
Hey,
have y'all tried Stone
Fucking
Cold's
champ.
IPA?
y'all fucking listen to jabronis.
Not yet.
I think it's 'cause he's
We don't
wearing
have it
Walkman
by
earphones.
here. I need someone to mail me some.
Let
What
me
do you
know.
need?
I
What
know
do you
where
need?
they're
Stone Cold's
at.
Broken Skull IPA.
Yeah, we have some in Austin.
Oh,
I've only tried it once. Pretty good. Not bad.
I'll send you my address.
You're cutting out, Ross. What did you say?
Robert loves that beer. I've seen him down a lot of beer, dude. He drinks a lot of beer.
Well, the thing is, half the stuff
Brewskis.
ends up falling on the ring, so it's not like
Yeah.
Oh,
When
we just
yeah.
each other. Yeah.
The only beer I drink is butter beer.
He
I don't.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm doing.
did.
A pile driver.
And
Yeah.
Austin was probably
Yeah,
the only
I
one
was
who
about to
didn't
ask,
have a
is
nice
that
thing
true?
to say about Owen. Like he was like, Owen didn't even call me at the hospital, see if
That's
I
the
was
unfortunate.
okay,
Yeah,
or
that,
check up on me. I was like, that sucks. Ugh.
They
that's the
say.
unfortunate part.
I think Jericho was said to be the safest wrestler because he never had any serious injuries, and I don't think he ever injured anybody. At least that's what the Undertaker said because he was asked who's the most dangerous wrestler. I would think Rey Mysterio would be pretty dangerous. I think Shawn
thought it
Michaels.
was,
Goldberg. Didn't
it was,
Goldberg
what's his
ended
name?
Brett's
Brock
career.
Lesnar.
Yeah,
Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
fucked
I
up a
didn't-
lot of people.
Man, I didn't like Brock Lesnar. I don't care.
I like the one as a UFC fighter. He was exciting.
Yeah.
But
I just-
Watch
a lot-
him fight
I heard
UFC
a lot of
was
wrestlers used to say that he used to fuck people up. And there's a lot of video out there of him, breaking necks and shit.
Honestly, Brock Lesnar used to fuck himself up too. Like that dude bumps like he's not, 350 pounds of muscle or whatever. Like he'll throw himself out the ring and land on his neck with like no.
You're talking about the shooting
regard.
star press.
Yeah, like you don't care.
He
That's
basically
nuts.
concussed himself. No, because
Yo, man,
legit,
you guys are like fucking wrestling gurus up here. Like, yeah, I'm hearing stories that even I'm like, fuck, was I just like too young for this? Was I not paying close enough attention? Because I've heard a lot of great shit from you guys. Thank y'all for hanging
You're
out,
welcome.
coming up.
No problem.
Shout out to the
But
chat.
Jay,
If
Jay, you
Brock
said-
didn't have diverticulitis, he would have still been in the UFC.
yeah.
100%.
If he didn't have what?
Man,
Diverticulitis. It's
Yeah, that
it's
would
a
be-
stomach illness. It almost killed him. That's how much of an animal this dude was. Like I had diverticulitis. I was hospitalized for like a week,
Oh,
like
damn.
2
Holy
years
shit.
ago, and I was on constant medication for 24 hours a day, just hooked up to like 3 IVs to like
Wow.
get better. And literally, is that or they cut out a piece of your intestines. So
Wow.
with him, he went to the hospital. He didn't even know. Dude's an animal. Like he doesn't feel pain like that. Like he finally went to the hospital. Like, yeah, we need to operate. We need to get in there right now. And yeah,
Dude's fucking
he almost died.
Yeah.
It's that farm strength that he has. Like you don't.
And
You don't
he came back as well.
He did
came
come back
to
after
the
that.
UFC.
Dude said,
Yes.
"I'm gonna make money, and then I'm gonna go live in a piece of land in Canada where no one could find me." He said
Yeah.
that
Fucking be
the
a
closest
mountain man.
the closest phone he has is like down the road on a pole. Like dude's really out there.
Well, he used to
Yeah.
lift weights with tree trunks and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh no, but that's the thing though,
What?
because before he got into wrestling, he was working the dairy farms in like I think Minnesota or something. So like he was like one of those guys like people say farm strength, like the stuff that
Yeah.
you don't really you don't get that kind of stuff just by lifting weights at the gym. It's just kind of built while
Yeah.
you're growing up.
I've been known to have farm strength, so I get it.
That's like fucking Khabib wrestling bears. It's just like that different
man.
type of fucking strength, natural training. Fuck, Brock Lesnar was a fucking beast.
Highlight
And
that
the
guy.
UFC. Like,
I like
This
Glenn
is-
2K. Lesnar sucks. Lesnar, I'll take him out right now, bro. I'll Frank Mir his ass right now. Fight one, dude. He made. I mean, it is a humbling thing. I mean, I give it to anyone who steps in the octagon. So I would never him in the octagon way better than wrestling. Like I fucking hand it to that dude for doing that. But Mir humbled him in such a fashion. It's just so quick, which would happen to anybody.
Not really. He came
But then
back
you saw
and
the
beat the
rematch,
fuck
right?
out of
What?
Frank Mir.
You saw the
That
rematch.
shit
What
was not
happened?
humbling.
Yeah,
Bro.
the first match.
The first match,
match.
man. Bodo with
Yeah.
the rematch.
But
Yeah,
like
but
you say, like he was humbled,
I didn't
like he
say
came
the
back a different
goddamn
person.
Candy ass
Can I fucking
motherfuckers.
talk?
Hey, motherfucker.
No, but like he came back the same person. It wasn't like fucking
Get your point across. Hurry up.
It wasn't like he was an awful person and they got his ass beat and came back a better person. Like he was the same person when he came back the second time.
October.
And-
I'm
He
fighting
just
this
didn't
guy.
get
Yeah,
human.
listen,
I'm fighting that guy down there.
Who did Brock lose to? Overeem?
He lost to
Mir,
Overeem.
Frank
He
Mir.
lost to Velasquez, Overeem, and Mir. I think those are the three losses in UFC he's had.
Yeah.
But the thing is, with the first Frank Mir fight, Brock was like, I mean, obviously Frank
Out of
won,
his
with the
element.
heel hook, but he was owning Frank up until that point. Like you saw Frank's face after
he
the
was.
fight.
You know,
was.
in the words of my man Vin Diesel, you almost had me. You never had your car. You never had this belt. It doesn't matter if you win by an inch or by a mile. Winning is winning. So he didn't have shit.
Oh my god!
I don't know why.
October
I don't know
9th.
why I came on the show.
October 9th.
I kind of. Can I go back in the green room, please?
Defend this
I'll
belt.
let
Go
this
back
guy
to
on, man. All right, who brought
Cain
this guy
Velasquez?
on?
Cain Velasquez is the dude that has the brown pride tattoo, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rob has that. You don't see it ever because he wears a shirt, but I've seen it.
Let's see your fucking Guido stomach tattoo, bro.
I can't, man. It's actually a tattoo of a bowl of pasta.
he lost to my mom too.
Oh man.
The thing is, Brock. So the thing
This
is,
has been fun,
when
man.
he-
This has been
when
fucking
he
great.
first started out, Brock was actually a good wrestler. It's just that when he came back for the second stint, they just didn't make him wrestle the way he used to, and he didn't have to because he was getting paid millions, and he just had to do,
Boring.
Table.
he just had to do a few
Boring.
suplexes. And I mean, that's why people hate him because he was like a part timer that just did the bare minimum, and he kind of,
It was weird. People were happy to see him back, and then
Yeah.
they hated him, but then they started to love him again. I don't get it. I don't
You
get
know,
wrestling fans at all. Sometimes.
I'd rather watch Dude Love than Brock Lesnar.
Man,
How
Dude Love.
fun was Dude Love? Though?
I mean, he was a lot of fun, dude. He,
He's like Spicoli, but fat. Oh,
Wait, who's Dude Love? I don't know. I don't get that reference.
Mick Foley.
what?
Oh, really?
oh, for real?
That is Jack.
I remember him
This
from
Jack, baby.
the Rock and Sock connection.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was when he was
Mankind.
Mankind. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Yeah,
because he had
Mick
three
Foley was-
personalities.
Yeah, Dude Love, Cactus Jack, Mankind.
Yeah.
Can't remember if it was a Raw or a pay-per-view. He actually
Mr.
came out with
Sacco.
all three characters.
Yeah, I agree
guys-
with that, Nerdy Mom.
do you guys remember when Tugboat first came into the picture? Do you guys remember that? It was pretty. It was pretty cool. Like
he got some high profile shit. Earthquake.
no,
beat him up.
but his premiere, I guess, entrance was he was sitting out like it was like a sold out arena, and they pointed him out saying, "Hey, what did they have him do? Like stand on some dude's chest or something like that? I don't know." But it was like an endurance test.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah.
They brought him down from way above there. Like you would have thought. Like I thought it was for real. I was like, dude, there's no way. Like just for them to pick out the guy in the like last row. So he walked all the way down, and then fucking had him stand on him or whatever. And he ends up like sitting on the dude, and that was like his like
his move.
beginning of yeah. And then he hooked up with Earthquake, the natural disasters.
Typhoon, Earthquake.
That was an
Yeah.
underrated team, I found. I don't
It
think
was.
that gets.
I mean, come on.
well,
Honestly, nobody could beat them.
Yeah.
They're fucking huge.
In real
We're
life,
talking about the
okay.
Hawaiian. Was he Hawaiian?
You're thinking of Crush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Crush.
Yeah,
went-
Tugboat and Earthquake look kind of similar
Yeah.
to each other.
Two big dudes in like onesies.
Yeah.
Earthquake
guys
was actually
remember
a
that?
legit Yokozuna in Japan. He was a sumo wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or do you guys remember the referee that went pro wrestler?
Danny Davis?
Was that his name? I don't remember.
Dangerous Danny Davis.
Was it?
I think
There might
so.
have been two, though. There might have been two. But that was awesome. That was a good storyline.
Like Shane McMahon was a referee for a while before he actually, because
Yeah.
no one really acknowledged him as Vince McMahon's son. He was a referee for a bit on TV, and
Bro,
no one really-
I don't know if this fucked you guys up as a kid, but when Jake the Snake's Cobra bit Macho Man,
Yes.
and like he was like, I can't see.
yeah.
I was
Or
like,
when,
oh my god, this is real.
When
Look, Grandma.
Yokozuna fucking smashed it.
This is Snake.
You guys remember that?
Yeah, no, for
That was
me,
traumatizing.
For me, it's when Papa Shango was doing his whole curse gimmick on the Warrior,
the
and then
voodoo stuff.
when Warrior was doing an interview, and then just all of a sudden, it's like some black gunk starts seeping through his head, and I'm like 9 or 8 years. I'm like, what the hell? Like, and then this guy's like cursing everybody. Like, I'm like, does this shit actually exist on Earth? Like, do people can people actually do this?
And then fast forward 10 years, and he's a pimp now.
Yeah. Kamala was
Fucking
pretty
wrestling.
fucking scary, too.
What,
Yeah,
Papa Shango's a pimp now? Pimping Papa Shango?
Papa Shango was the Godfather.
Holy
Well,
shit.
Kamala straight up was talking about eating people.
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
Cannibalism.
yeah, he was.
Like
Yeah.
Brother Lynch hung or something.
Yep. Kimchi. He had kimchi with him. Oh gosh. What about Bastion Booger?
Yeah, that guy was
Oh.
disgusting.
That guy
He
was
would actually
so
pick
gross.
his nose in the ring.
Speaking of booger, whoa.
What, did you get a big goal?
Yo.
Should we
This is
highlight that guy?
exciting. Yeah, highlight me. So, this is the best Sega Genesis game ever made.
Let's see
First
it.
of
Let's
all,
see it.
first of all, People's Champ always. Booger
You have your
Man,
belt upside
People
down, dude.
bitch.
a pick and flick shit.
Yeah, you
Better knock that candy ass voice of yours down. Pick and flick adventure, Booger Man. That's really all I gotta say about it. It's pretty dope. My wife doesn't think. Highlight that motherfucker. I got something to say.
You just lost like 20 subscribers.
J2, do you always listen to what he says?
Bro, come
No, I
take
just was I'm
Come take it.
highlighting him.
Come take it. October
I'm gonna
9th,
send
pay
the
per view, Hell in a
fucking-
Cell. Sick of this jabroni. Yeah. Hold my belt. Hey, hold my belt down there. Yeah.
Sting wants none of that.
Who are
Shoot.
you talking
Yeah,
to?
the Stinger don't want none of that.
The Stinger.
You want to make it to your next anniversary? Shut the fuck up.
Man, y'all remember
Oh.
when
A
Yo.
lot of great
Sting
promo.
went on like a little Joker binge? Wasn't that in was that TNA?
TNA.
TNA did
that
the
was
Joker.
TNA, yeah.
That was fuck.
Sting is actually doing a signing in New York, like 20 minutes from me. It's like $200.
That's fucking cool. Whoa.
$200?
$200.
How old is he
$200.
now? Like, what is he in his 60s at this
He's
point?
pushing. He's like 53, 54.
He's still in his 50s.
In AEW.
Yeah.
He's
I
like
thought he would have
83.
been. Yeah, I thought he would have been well into his 60s or something.
I would think so too. Before
Well,
I
I'm
heard.
not.
Probably as old as Robert.
I mean, Ric Flair is like the Mr. Burns I find of wrestling.
I can't wait for your apology at the end of the
You're
show.
50, Rob.
Hey, Robert, you know I was just kidding, right? I still want to be in your club, right?
Right.
Please let me be in your club, bro.
I'm like, I think you gotta go to each chapter now.
Yeah, use chapter. Shit. They take me
You
too.
give me the word,
Anybody
Robert. I'll
but
pull him
Wes
out of
would
the
take
stream.
That's such a dick thing for my co-host. Right? Yo, then his fucking,
you out, bro.
you know, motherfucker's computer, his bougie ass computer. I mean, lame ass computer gonna boot his ass
Did you happen to buy a computer at a QVC? James had that problem too. You can't buy them at QVC. They're no good.
Oh shit!
Ross is gonna uproot his family and move over a little bit to the Midwest.
Hey, I was born in Nebraska, brother. Unfortunately,
now you know what to do.
Shout out to Copy 801 in the house. What's up, man? Hey,
what's up?
Speaking
hey,
of,
yeah, let's make the announcement.
Is that I believe that's next week, correct? We're gonna invade and take over Copy 801's channel, and then he's gonna hijack our channel right after that. We're gonna do a nice back-to-back stream, double whammy pause. That's a major sausage fest, but it's gonna be fun. The DC guru, Copy 801 himself.
Balls and wieners.
That's awesome, dude. I bet he's a better producer than you are, J2.
Oh my gosh, a way better producer.
He said the show's gonna run well.
Yeah, man, it's gonna run so fucking fantastic. There's no denying it.
You run off of Windows 98 and it still runs better than your laptop.
I'm saying, bro. You know, maybe I just need to update. Maybe I just need to take you from the stream, Robert. Shit.
I'm taking too much bandwidth.
Right.
Oh man.
Do you guys have any favorite tag teamers?
Heart Foundation.
Oh, really?
Oh, man.
Okay,
Heart Foundation. Damn.
That was fast. Jinx.
That's what she said. That's not what she said. I go all night. It's cool.
Okay. I got some honorable mentions. Killer Bees, British Bulldogs.
British Bulldogs, really good.
One of my favorites is the Dudley Boys, for sure. I mean, they fucking brought it, dude. Like no other. Bushwhackers.
The Rockers.
The
Road Warriors.
I love the Legion of Doom.
Legion of Doom.
Yeah. You know, being Canadian, I would say that in the new millennium, I would say Edge and Christian would probably be my other favorite tag team.
Those TLC matches between them, Hardy Boys, and the Dudleys.
Mm-hmm. The Dudleys. Yeah, man.
Didn't at one point Christian Edge and who was that other guy? Didn't they have like a vampire thing?
Gangrel.
Gangrel, yeah. The vampires and drank blood.
And Matt Hardy.
That was pretty fucking cool too.
Wrestling was wild in the 2000s, man.
Oh
yeah, I quit watching.
Have you guys ever been to a live match?
Yeah. Oh, that's kind of rude because I fucking told a story about it in the beginning of the show.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. My bad. Let me tell a story of when I went. I didn't go to see WWE.
We're all listening.
Come on, where'd you go?
I'm laughing at home. My bad.
What?
So I was loyal to WWE, but my uncle had tickets to WCW, and the only part I remember was Sting was gonna fight the Claw. You guys remember the Claw?
The Claw?
Yeah.
So, I heard of that. I know
the Wall.
No, it was a claw. He would claw your face, and you would just start bleeding. Like,
oh shit!
I remember that. It was the weirdest shit, dude. But yeah, he was going to the ring, and he got jumped. I don't know by who, but they had to wheel him back out. So that fight never happened. I got to see Sting for a few seconds, and they ended up throwing some random dude in to fight the Claw, which he did get clawed in the forehead and lost the match. Did he bled? They always bleed, dude.
They bleed their own blood?
They always bleed, huh?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood.
I've been to a few WrestleManias. I've been to WrestleMania 20 when Benoit won the title. I tried to go to anything that was in New York, New Jersey. But I used to go to like a lot of independent shows like Ring of Honor and Jersey All Pro and stuff like that when they were around here.
Glow. Remember Glow?
Isn't the next one coming up in Texas soon?
I think so. Or Vegas. I think SummerSlam's going to be in Vegas.
Let's all fucking go.
When Eddie won the title too?
Yeah. Well, he retained. He retained.
That'd be a good one to be live at.
Yeah, Eddie won it in San Francisco.
Having them both in the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
I mean, I went to like a few SmackDown and Raw events when they came to Montreal and Toronto, and Canadians definitely like their homegrown guys. Like, whether you're a heel or a babyface, if they know you're from Canada, they will give you all the love, and they'll.
Yeah, you're right. And can I say that that's kind of annoying, to be honest? Whether it's like bands or wrestlers, you guys are even UFC fighters. You guys are fucking loyal to, like, it's ridiculous, dude. I hate it.
Didn't they just make a statue to GSP?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt
They
it.
made a statue. Look at the statue, Rob. You're gonna be like, that's not GSP. It looks like Barack Obama. Look at it. Look at it. I'm not even kidding.
It's kind of hard.
Right now.
You're talking about making a bronze statue of a bald dude. It's kind of that doesn't really have many distinguishing features about it.
It's so bad.
And also, aren't your coins made out of clay?
Is that
no,
true?
it's copper. No, it's copper, man. Not clay. Come on.
You guys exchange shells, right?
I don't know what backwards country you were from.
Rob has all the facts.
Yeah. I go with everything, dude.
From a fortune cookie, probably. I don't think it's from.
Or that, yeah.
But yeah, Canadian fans are awesome because they'll cheer their guy if they're supposed to be the bad guy anyway. They don't give a shit.
And the
That's
thing
like
is,
when Brett was here.
Yep.
When Brett was here, he went to Canada. They
Canadian Stampede, when they had Canadian Stampede, it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, I'm not supposed to like these guys. I'm from America. And then I cheered for them anyway.
Here's the thing, though. Like, let's take the Canadian guys' bias aside. Like, even certain American wrestlers, when they even say like some of their top cities they like visiting is like places like Toronto or Montreal, because those fans, they're pretty light. Like, there's certain towns that people don't like visiting because the crowd's pretty dead. But when you go to like some of these major Canadian cities, they treat the wrestlers like pretty well.
That's pretty good though.
All right.
Wow, how rude. Why don't you turn your mic off? This son of a bitch. This son of a bitch.
Yo, so did anybody ever watch like Luchador?
Robert.
Yo,
Hey, don't.
What?
Don't. Next time, mute your mic.
I did mute it.
I can hear you. I can hear you from over here.
I wasn't even talking. My wife is talking to me.
You could. Do I have to say it? Do I have to say it? Okay.
I don't know what that means, but okay, say it.
Oh, you know what that means. Oh,
Yo, Jay, just to answer your question, I actually did watch a bit of Lucha Underground, which was purely, it was kind of like, it was sort of like a wrestling show, but they tried to make it into like an episodic TV show at the same time, where people actually died on that series. Like,
oh wow, that's
what
crazy.
is that? There was a company over here that they did what is their name? So they had rappers from different, like ATL, Florida, New York, and the rappers will build a crew of wrestlers, and then they would have to fight each other for the belt.
What?
There was actually a wrestling game.
Def Jam.
You talk about
Def
Def
Jam.
Jam. This
Def
was
Jam.
Def Jam, but like in real life.
That was whack, dude.
This shit was terrible. Like there were shootouts, there was kidnappings.
damn.
It's fucking nuts.
There's
sounds dope to me.
let me see if I remember that name.
You're over there playing fucking Booger Man, so.
Well, I only ask about the about
Urban
Lucha.
Wrestling Federation.
Hey,
Go.
are you?
What was it called?
Make your hand
Urban
go over
Wrestling
there.
Federation.
Make your. We were doing. Oh fuck. Fuck it.
All right, stop it. Let's be professional now.
This is the low grades, man. I ain't no fucking professional about it.
Yeah,
The
not
man
at
watched
all.
his own show like 6 times already. What's so professional?
You know it.
Oh, that's a good segue. Let's show our wrestling games.
I'm making Vince McMahon moves. I'm just in and out, rolling and rocking and rolling.
I
let me
don't
highlight
want to
this guy.
see any game except for No Mercy for 64.
Hold up.
Smackdown.
Let me bring something.
There it
No,
is.
there was that
What?
Sega one that was legit.
The best wrestling game ever made right there. You could create your own characters, make your own moves. I made the NWO black and white. I made different stables. It was awesome. That game was great. That game and Fire Pro Wrestling. Every wrestling fan should play Fire Pro Wrestling at least once.
I'm trying to remember the wrestling game I played.
Yeah.
It was on PlayStation.
Yo, Starman was a cheeser too. God, I hate Starman.
So I cheated because I have a WWE game and I have a game that has wrestling incorporated into it, but is not an actual wrestling game per se. So obviously, so I got Smackdown versus Raw 2006 on PS2. I kind of found that the franchise kind of went downhill after like 07, 08. This one, was really good. And then Def Jam Fight for New York.
That's it.
Those games are expensive.
Oh, yeah. We got another contender wanting to step into this cage match, this sausage fest. Shall we bring in the next?
How long has he been waiting backstage?
About an hour.
Not nearly as long as you did, Robert.
Can you throw Robert backstage and let the new one in?
Oh, what's up, Poppy?
Oh.
What up, everybody?
How are you?
I am still at work for like another
I was
hour.
gonna say, you at the
Looks like
movies?
he's in the boiler room.
What movie are you watching right now?
I am on the computer right now doing computer work for the end of the night.
I bet it runs better than mine.
It looks more like you're on the low grades to me.
Yeah, well, that too.
Mankind.
This is a low-grade movie theater, so you know what? I figured it would be.
Those are my
very
games.
appropriate.
Ross,
The
you know
Royal
why
Rumble game was a shit.
Let's see what you got. What you got?
You know,
nice.
WrestleMania was a good one too on the NES. Being the big boss man and doing cartwheels, that was a shit.
Do you not know how to highlight that guy or some bullshit?
Yo, Ross, you know that like.
Oh,
that
you want me to highlight Robert?
Nah, not anymore. No, I don't want you to highlight Robert. No one wants you to highlight
The time
Robert.
has passed.
There was
Ross.
never a time. There was never.
Ross,
Yeah.
you know that Royal Rumble game that you have on Sega Genesis. You know they had different rosters for the SNES and Sega, right? Like
Oh,
Hogan
really?
Yeah.
Hogan was
Oh,
on the
yeah, you
Genesis,
told me
right?
that. Yeah, I think I saw that on IG.
I think
You would
Billy
fuck
Norman-
up you fuck up your thumb really bad too, trying to throw them out and shit.
Real
I used to
injuries.
I used to spam just doing eye rakes and strangleholds.
Until you get to the fucking. I used to pick Bret Hart because his finisher was easy to do, but then like you're doing it in the Royal Rumble, so you had to throw him out anyway. It was stupid. Yeah.
Yo, does anybody remember WrestleMania 2000 for N64?
Of course.
There it is.
Although you know what, I have to give the tip of the hat to the OG, which was WCW Revenge. That's the game I feel that kind of led to WrestleMania 2000 and No Mercy.
The hell out of this game. World Tour was okay, but when Revenge came out,
Revenge was.
so
That's the kind of game where, like, I didn't have an N64 back then, so my friends would bring his console over to my place, and then we would hook up 4 controllers and just do like battle royal.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember there was a couple games on Super Nintendo. I couldn't figure out how to pin to save my life.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea how to pin.
Okay, wait. What about the worst wrestling game that you've ever played?
Oh, good question.
I mean, WrestleMania, the arcade game. Do you guys remember that, where it was more like a Mortal Kombat game than a wrestling game?
Yeah.
Never made by that
Yeah.
company right there. Sucked. They were terrible.
How terrible. Terrible.
Okay, Ross.
About as bad as your laptop.
Oh,
Thank
shit.
you. What's Ross doing? Let's highlight that guy.
Ross was looking at his games for pretty
Yeah.
hard.
I
for
got
a
something
second.
else to say.
That's not how you play them, Ross.
How do you read a comic book? Have you learned that one yet?
Is that like an inside joke?
It's
I feel
very
like-
sexual.
I feel like
I
I feel like I'm missing some things in between that joke. That
No, he,
Man, so everybody was holding up video games. Is that a perfect introduction to jump into some retro gaming?
oh, we already jumped into it. That was like 20 minutes ago. We're already there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to do with it.
I think the wrestling really brought out some shit talking in the low grades. We've never been this angsty.
I fucking quit this channel. You suck.
Jay's computer's 20 20 minutes
6
behind.
times.
Yeah, he's on.
I don't know about you guys, but I just felt like I've been threatened this whole show. So
I feel like there's some issues between you and Ross for sure.
I guess
Issues. Ain't no fucking
Talking about corn
goddamn
now?
issues here, man.
do you guys have a favorite?
Wait, J2 just dropped out again? What's
Surprise.
the count for tonight?
What's his thing?
What's the count for tonight? Wasn't it like 37 last
30.
2
Yeah,
weeks
Guy
ago?
Forge was like, "Oh, that's 36. That's 36 or 37 tonight."
What's going on? Is it his AOL connection?
No, it's his it's his whole life, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
Nah, he's got to get another code from a disc every time he gets off. He's got to.
Go back to Walmart, get a couple discs.
Someone picked up the phone.
Stop calling.
Oh man, those days.
Mom, get off the phone.
My parents were rich. We had 2 phone lines.
Ooh.
Were they cordless?
Yep.
Yeah, damn.
Did you have built-in caller ID?
Yep.
Oh, you
We
were
had-
fucking loaded.
We were good.
You
You're
were
not exactly low grade material, but we'll allow it.
I still use the wrong notes.
Yeah, I was slumming it with the 56K for a while before I went to DSL, and then I thought I made it when I got 128K. I was like, oh, I finally made it to the promised land.
The
then
future
Canada-
is here.
Canada got it later, right?
I'm done with Ross Copper. You suck. This is how you got a message.
He doesn't mean that. He gets this way when his computer shuts on him. He gets real, kind of like sensitive. Try not to bring it up anymore.
Oh man, when are we gonna do a GoFundMe for J2 to get
I
a
swear
better
to God,
computer?
man, I'll bring in my old one when I go visit him. I don't know. We'll see.
I'll give him $1.
All right, I'm just gonna. Dent, you got games. Have you already shared them all?
Yeah.
Well, you'll probably do my collection since you've given me the.
You muted yourself.
Now your shit's going out, Ross. What the fuck, dude? Where do we get
We're low
ourselves into,
grades.
Juan?
What's
I
up?
didn't sign up for this shit.
Anybody
Right.
else before we can hop on?
I'm excited. All right, PlayStation first. I'm pretty excited about these games. I wish I could be highlighted, but my fucking co-host sucks. Got the first,
We'll use our imagination. Yeah.
What is that?
Diablo.
Oh, Diablo. Nice.
the very first one, CIB.
I actually didn't know that was. I thought that
Everything
only.
I got. Comics on the Edge is not your new.
He just muted himself.
Okay, all of you watch your mouth.
Even your mic is tired of you talking shit.
I know.
Oh shit!
All
all right,
look at this
all
guy.
right, all right. I
Some
don't know how that
black
happened.
magic. Some
All
black
right.
magic.
Pixelated.
I love him again. I love him. All right, the first Silent Hill.
Mm.
Okay.
Case is cracked.
Honestly, that was funny. That was good. I gotta give it to him. Crash Bandicoot.
Okay. Okay.
Case is cracked. Oh wait, you gave this to me. Fucking garbage.
You should know better than with crack cases.
There it is.
There we go. I was
There
gonna
it
be
is.
so pissed if you didn't have that.
Oh, look at the old school ridged case. Oh,
Mhm.
oh,
There it is.
Rich for your pleasure.
Yeah. Wait
Yeah,
a
Ridge
minute.
Beer.
Wait a minute.
I remember that.
Oh, ribbed for your pleasure. Oh. Ooh.
Is that like the third remastered one?
Ooh. Cream pies.
Not as impressive as the floppy disk.
Oh, now you're starting in on me? Give me my fucking belt.
Nobody respects you, Ross.
I'm not done yet. Yo, you got Booger
Nobody
Man.
cares about
Bear
your
Shit.
Smackdown.
Maybe show that one.
You guys are being fucking mean. Sick of it.
Your big team belt.
All right, here we go.
And shut that cat up too.
Yep.
He done said something about the cat.
Your pussy's too loud.
My pussy's
That's
too
your-
loud.
I thought that was a child. That's your cat? Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Hey, can somebody feed that fucking cat?
She's feeding him right now, bro. Don't tell her.
The cat is tired of Ross too.
Make it snappy.
Yeah.
The cat's like, kill me, please.
Should never have brought any of you on. Jesus Christ. Toe Jam and Earl?
Yep.
Toe Jam and Earl. Everyone go unfollow Robert and Grail Keepers.
Rob, what did the cat say?
Ren and Stimpy.
Fucking somebody kill me, please.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
See, a lot of these games I ended up playing later on through an emulator because we didn't know the cartridges. Right? That I did own. Yeah, Sonic.
But don't be cheap. No one likes an emulator. Get the real deal.
Jeff, my Sega got
Sorry,
thrown
we
out.
don't have Danhead to give us free shit. Go ahead.
Smackdown belt.
Fucking amateurs. You're all fucking amateurs.
Is the cat okay?
I can't believe somebody fucks you on a regular basis.
It's definitely not on a regular basis.
Oh, man.
It's not on a regular basis. And it's I bought a toy. Yeah.
That ain't the type that'll get you done on a regular basis.
What are you looking at? It's fine.
A clown.
Fucking anything up. Shit, man. Y'all got if we were in the same match together, same ring together, y'all wouldn't be talking.
And we get ringworm.
The match would be over with already.
We get some fucking hepatitis.
What kind of match are we talking about now?
Damn it.
Oh, man.
Are you done showing Danhead's games?
Danhead only gave me the Mortal Kombat, and it wasn't even the original.
What a dick.
Danhead, you made me mad, but I had a fucking surprise. Ooh, motherfucker. Give me a minute. You made me mad, but I'm a highlight me. Shut up and highlight me. I got a surprise for Danhead. God damn it.
All right.
Deadhead kind of looks like the sheriff from Stranger Things, I gotta say.
Yeah.
He looks fucking stupid. Yeah, I know.
Somebody, Andre sitting in that red faction.
I like the sheriff from Stranger Things.
You remember when the British Bulldogs used to like take their dog down to the ring with him?
Yeah.
With them? I want Ross to bring his cat down with him to the ring.
My cat will be your cat's ass.
Oh,
Well,
shit.
eat its ass?
That is a fight.
I don't
I
know
want to
about
see.
that. Depends on how big your cat is. My
Wow,
cat-
look at that fucking cat.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
Don't fuck the cat. Don't fuck the cat, bro. That's disgusting.
Oh, man.
Where's your cat?
Denhead. Yeah,
Let's see your cat.
Hey.
Let's have a cat off.
Let's see
fine.
whose
Hold
cat.
the fuck on. Hold the fuck on.
I bet you have a bigger pussy.
This isn't gonna work well for you.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man.
I like how they highlighted him. He's not even there.
Well, yeah, right? Jesus.
Oh, your cat's tiny compared to Denton.
Oh yeah, he ain't happy.
Oh, your cat don't like you either.
Don't even want none of it. Don't even
Nope.
want none of it.
I got the younger one, bro. The younger one will fuck you up, dude. You better let me get my black one.
Yo, let me get my tuxedo. It'll be a threesome.
Shit.
All I gotta say is good luck, Copy, when you have them on your show. Hopefully he's giving up this facade.
I've had the spine ticks. I had the guys from the UK on. I think I'll survive. I think I'll be good.
Yeah. You know this is a step down, right?
Oh, well, it is low grade, so it's not even like it's a step. Like we're second story in the basement on this show.
You get what you pay for.
So free, right?
Yeah. There's two hosts on this show, right?
There's two? I thought there was just one.
No, just two.
No shit.
Where's your other founder at, Ross?
He's not even in the comments.
He just left. He's on Friday night.
Just like go for it, Russ. You're on your own.
Trying to be
He's in a
mad
record
again.
store. He just left you.
Yeah,
He's
it's
like,
true.
Ross,
He's like,
He's in a
oh, it's a
record
record
store.
day or some shit.
He's all Ross. Keep enticing these guys.
Well, fuck. Thanks, J2. You fucking terrible ass host.
Wait, hold up.
What?
Welcome
This
back to
is
the show,
terrifying.
everybody. Some fools hijacked my shit, and they set up they hacked into my laptop and kept me out. But I'm
Nobody's gonna
back.
do that shit to you.
Yo, stop lying, man.
Come on.
Somebody
Someone
picked
answered
up
the
the
phone.
phone.
Yeah, nobody wants your laptop.
Someone
You
picked
know.
up the
Low
phone.
grades, guys.
Yo, you had
It's
to get a
time
new
to-
code for that AOL disc, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about, sir.
Your laptop is fucking.
I don't know what you're talking about. One by one, all of y'all are getting X'd out of here. One by one. You're knocking them out the park. Hey, that Booger Man game was cool, and thanks for everyone
Yeah,
showing
thanks,
up.
bro. Cool. Yeah, thanks,
Thanks
bro.
for-
Cool. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thanks for highlighting what we talked about 10 minutes ago.
You know what?
Thanks for bringing that
Who
back.
invited you? Who invited Robert?
Honestly, who did? I'm fucking blown away by the.
Who invited this guy?
Apparently, I hijacked D2's fucking laptop.
You did. It's been fun, guys. Hey, thank y'all.
That's what he was telling his
fucking-
wife to do a few minutes ago.
I paid the ransomware. There you go. Fucking paid the ransom. Yeah, so video games. I used to play Mortal fucking Kombat and Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil. But, you know, who cares?
I mean, are those like really known as retro games though?
You
They
can
came
talk
out on
about
PlayStation 1, bro.
shoot.
PlayStation 1's retro?
I mean,
Yeah.
we're 2021. PlayStation came out like in the 90s. So I mean,
Right
nowadays
after
I-
Dreamcast, right? So like
Yeah.
2000.
I think Dreamcast would be more retro than PlayStation, right?
No.
No, I think PlayStation came out in '98.
yeah, PlayStation came out before the Dreamcast.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
PlayStation came out in like 92 or 93. Dreamcast came out in like 2000.
Whoa,
The Dreamcast was
whoa.
1999.
I don't know,
Oh,
copy.
Oh, my bad. 1 year.
1999.
Copy is like in a different multiverse with these video games.
Yeah.
Some people consider the GameCube retro. That's
Oh,
not even
90,
old.
92,
That was my-
93
that
was
is-
the Super Nintendo.
GameCube
No,
is
I-
my favorite system. I love that system. It was
Sounds
way
like-
ahead of its time.
Did
So
anyone
lame,
have
bro.
the Did
That's the
anyone have the
lamest-
connection for the Super Nintendo
lamest
that
shit I've
allowed
ever
you
heard.
to play your Game Boy games on it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it called? The Virtual Boy or something?
Robert,
No,
Audi,
no,
he
no,
likes
no. It
Wii.
was
Play the Wii. doesn't
There
he?
goes Dent Head pulling
You just
out.
take the controller and you
Just-
do weird shit. with it.
yeah. Who remembers playing Pokemon on the TV back in the day and feeling like a friggin' boss?
That was a lot of quiet. That was a
It
lot.
sounds like you're the only one who was bossing shit on the
like
Charizard copy.
I had
I
a
am a
Super
boss.
Scope.
I am a
Trash.
boss of one.
Dude, that Super Scope was bad.
I had the Super Scope. It was terrible.
Man, shout out to the Duck Hunt all day. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
and the Virtual Boy fucked up my eyes.
You know there's a hack for the Duck Hunt game. Apparently, I don't know if you guys know this, but like, you know, back with the CRT TVs, there's a way that if you set the contrast on your TV, I think it was either low or high, you could actually aim your gun in any direction and you'll always hit the target.
Yes,
Yeah, that gets boring.
I remember that.
Because it never ends.
Right.
Or you just walk up to the TV and put the gun to the TV. That
There's
works
a-
too.
Yeah, and there's a point where even that gets hard to do. Because it
Yeah.
goes so fast.
Oh man, those are the days.
Yeah.
No,
These
but
kids,
for me, Street
Yeah,
Fighter
these-
was my jam.
these kids now, they don't know what the hell they're missing.
Right?
Yeah, man. Fucking Centipede.
Galaga.
Gallagher.
Gallagher, the guy who hit the
Dude,
watermelon.
Austin is still full of fully functioning arcades. There's like 5 or
What?
6
That's
of them
pretty
you can
sweet.
go to, drop the coins in. When Brother Ross takes a trip out to the ATX, we're gonna fucking hit up some
I'm
arcades.
not coming.
I don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah.
Robert, I want Robert to come anyway. So Ross, you could say
Wait.
Robert,
No, never mind. I'm coming. Sorry.
And Juan and Robert, they're gonna come and hyper. Everyone here is gonna come other than Ross, and I'm gonna give everyone a Low Grade channel T-shirt before.
Pause.
Do you guys have merch yet or no?
Yeah.
No,
Show them, Ross.
Wait, what?
no merch yet, bro.
No
'cause I'm
merch.
trying to get a new laptop first.
Low grades. We don't-
Those fucking glasses you were wearing earlier. Just one pair.
Probably
Of them.
iron-on letters.
Can you make low grade glasses like the one you have?
Oh yeah,
And they got tip in the middle.
Target, man.
Nah, if you make a low grade glass, you got to make a dribble glass that's got a hole right near the lip.
No.
I can't wait for the laptop stickers.
Yeah, that'd be fucking cool.
That would be
No,
fucking irony. Turtles in Time. That was an amazing game, and this is
yes,
I
it
just
was.
picked this up. I'm not much of a toy collector, but man, Turtles in Time shit. Oh yeah.
What a great soundtrack too. Like the music was really good in that game.
Do you remember how it went?
Sing it for us,
Can you
Juan.
give us a little beatbox action?
I don't. No, not at all. I just remember the train robber is fucking great.
Ross will rap for you if you ask him.
Yep.
I bet he
He'll
won't.
keep-
That I will.
Not good.
Yeah, I will, dude. Swear to God. I'll doff.
You haven't heard of OG Nasty Ross? He's dropping all the hottest shit in the streets right now. Is he
I'm
flexing?
so pissed off. I'm so pissed
What?
off right now. Shit.
You guys remember when they released the mini consoles?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah,
So the
those
thing
are
is,
such a fucking waste of money.
not really. Well, it depends how much you paid for it though. Like if you paid eBay prices, I'm sure. But the thing is, this I believe I paid 50. I mean, look, it was more of a collector's item. I mean, this literally is basically like an emulator, basically in a little mini port.
It's like the size of my laptop.
That's
Oh,
so much
shit.
laptop, bro? How small is your laptop?
No, dude,
I'm
What do you
just-
have?
this would be way smaller than your laptop.
This guy's running Windows 98 on a VTech laptop made for kids.
Okay, smarty pants.
Do you know how hard it is? It's gonna be really hard for me to get serious for a minute, but highlight me. Because we've been fucking around so
Oh,
much.
here we go.
God damn it. Shut up. Mute him
I've
too,
been
bro.
fucking nice 'cause we highlighted like 8 times.
Mute him.
Hey, just throw my highlighter.
Highlight me.
Yeah,
Alright,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're on.
All right, Deadhead, I got a surprise for you, man. For getting me the systems, I got you
Kiss you
this.
in the mouth.
This is yours.
Dude, hell yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh shit!
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm
It's
just
no
kidding.
longer CIB.
Oh.
There you go.
Can't grade that now.
There
You
you go,
even sound
man.
excited though.
I'm gonna rip it just so it's not worth as much, but yeah, CIB. Spit in it, a little
Can you
bit of
blow
my
it for
juice
him?
in it.
You blow on it for me.
So there you go, man. That's I figured this should cover it.
Appreciate
Can't wait
it,
for him to
man.
send it back.
I know you're a big Turtles guy and you actually read comics and actually like the Turtles and
You actually read comics.
don't just buy things.
You actually read comics.
There's-
You don't
there's
watch
a lot of-
comics explained.
There's some shade thrown in there, right?
Yeah, you actually know how to read.
I'm feeling a bit of overcast on this podcast right now.
Why the fuck am I still highlighted?
Because you asked for it.
You actually read comics. It's the best line of the night. Can you quick case swap that?
Why would I case swap it?
Because the back of the plastic's ripped.
Wow, bro, it's a gift. It's a fucking gift. Oh, I'm sorry. Fucking Deadhead's like, yeah, well, there's a ooh, uh-oh. He's like, I'm gonna need you to pay for that. That's not.
I bet
cool.
you Ross did it on purpose. He's like, I'm not gonna give him a
It'd
perfect
be a better
copy.
gift if it wasn't fucking ripped everywhere.
Oh God.
If you actually collected games, you would
And
know.
Jay's gone again.
There we go.
How?
Let me put my glasses on so I can read my comics.
Listen,
Yeah.
Wi-Fi can only go so far when you're near like a coffee shop.
Wi-Fi. Yo, this guy's got like a telegraph machine hooked up to his laptop, man.
He has to fix a satellite dish hanging outside his window. You gotta calibrate it.
So yeah, that's the only nice thing that's gonna happen tonight. Otherwise, I'm back to my bullshit.
Ross, what are you giving Juan as a gift now?
Nothing.
I love it.
Nothing.
I love it.
I don't need to kiss
I thought
his
this was
ass.
gonna be like an Oprah episode.
I'm not gonna
give away things.
Everybody
Can I
get
get-
their seats.
I'm not gonna kiss your ass.
Can I get one of your cats?
Kiss my ass. Kiss his ass. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Well. Oh God, here he comes.
Oh, there he is. Come back, dude.
I think I have more fun sitting backstage just watching you guys talk about kissing each other's ass, going ass to mouth.
I mean,
Yes.
in all fairness, it was only really the conversation was between two people really in this.
Oh, you
you're
all
right.
up,
You're
man.
right. You went back to on purpose.
Nah, Hyper, you're guilty by association, bro.
Oh shit!
Guilty by association. We got fucking Godzilla there, Kaiju.
I don't know. It's weird.
Ross, I'm gonna send you this.
Hey, I
Send this to you.
what is it?
For the only fans.
Does that have a fucking lightning port?
Wait, I can't tell. Hey, I can't tell if there's a joke about it because I'm not that tech
Yeah,
savvy.
it's a
It's a webcam, dude. It's
Wait, so you're telling me I look like shit, huh? I do.
Yeah, dude.
I look
With or without the webcam?
God damn it, Robert.
It's not the webcam. I'm kidding. You look great.
You look like you're a ghost.
Dude, he's the freshest
like you're
50-year-old
broadcasting from
man
heaven.
that I've ever shared YouTube with.
It's been a
Dog.
good show, episode 4. We'll be back episode 5. Y'all have a good night. That's a wrap. That's a wrap.
Let's cut it.
Cut my shit.
I mean,
Cut my
You gotta
shit.
give J2 3 minutes to get that message.
You guys have been a blast to hang out with. Thanks for making this a very fun and interesting Friday night. It's
What's
been
all
awesome.
that noise?
I don't know. I
Somebody
don't
trying to
know.
call in?
Someone's trying to fucking hijack my laptop again, aren't you guys?
Bro, nobody's buying that.
Oh, you guys
He's
have
like,
been
I'm
great.
getting hacked as we speak. It's like, that shit ain't happening.
It's happening. It's fucking happening.
This
Yeah,
is like,
you guys,
like when
look at that.
when people put like those comments on Twitter, and then when you get called out on it, oh man, my account got hacked.
You're right. You're getting it in real time, though.
Oh my gosh.
But it's been real.
Ross really leave? He's still logged in.
Ross
I'm not
is
here. I'm not here. No.
he's not here at the
He
moment.
just shut off his
not
camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to
he's
know
not here at the
why.
moment.
Oh, I am not clothed.
YouTube has a strict policy about showing rubbing one out on live.
There he is.
There we go.
Yeah, that shit's not getting
Man, we're
much
pushing
likes.
2 hours. This shit's been real. It's been fun.
Yeah, man.
Man,
Yeah, you were with
guys-
us for the whole 15 minutes of it.
You guys
it's
never
okay.
did a drunk cast, huh? I mean, Rob and I go for like 6-7 hours.
Yeah. It's a good time.
I mean,
We got one coming soon.
Maybe if you guys become members, you'll be on it one day.
What if we become members and take over?
Oof. I don't know, man. You got to get through Han first.
Sorry. I know. I just had to
You'll be on the
take,
same card as me and Russ, though.
for a second there, I thought I had Ross's glasses on, so my balls grew big for a second. And then I realized that I didn't.
I gotta say, I dig Ross's glasses.
They're
Thank
fucking sick.
Thank you.
Yeah, they are. They're fucking
Target.
Target.
Target. Yeah. I love Target, man.
Yeah, I do too.
I go there for no reason and leave because I always find something.
I love it so much. I wish I could work there. You know?
Juan used to work there.
God,
Shit.
I hated it every moment. You know what I hated the most? The fucking collectors. Collectors like James
what do you mean, like
would come in and
Yeah, I
all
hate
the-
James too.
buy all the Pokemon cards.
Well,
Yeah.
not anymore. Target and Walmart stopped all that shit,
Well,
didn't they?
starting
All
back
the
up again.
card sales.
Someone
Oh, they did.
got shot, man.
Someone got shot.
They pulled out someone with sports cars. They pulled out a gun, man.
That's fucking insane.
Damn.
That's some ghetto ass shit, dude.
That's fucking wild.
It's like fucking shooting somebody over a lottery ticket.
Fucking crazy.
I
know it's not have nothing to do with wrestling or anything, but y'all watching the fight tomorrow?
Yep, I'm gonna try to catch it. I'm more excited about the co-main events than the actual main event, to be honest.
Oh fuck yeah, bro! Nate Diaz and
Leon Edwards.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh shoot! Highlight me. There is an actual news report. There's a news report about.
Did you say it?
Highlight me.
By the time I highlight this guy, he's already done talking. It's like 5 minutes away.
No. This guy was one of the scalpers. Well, he might be a collector. He looks so douchey. This guy is such a douche. He's a Pokemon douche. Have you ever seen this guy?
Wow.
Dude, look at him.
Look at him.
I don't remember that time.
He's got a bunch of white stuff in his beard.
What a good looking.
Oh, that looks like the same fucking dude who hacked my fucking laptop, bro.
Gets it?
What's the backstory for that picture up?
I couldn't really see it that well, but
it was your picture.
What was it? Was it the Pokemon one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, so where I work, they got a huge shipment of Pokemon. So
bro, your DMs are gonna be flooded right now.
Oh,
Yeah, you just said something that, like, I'm sure it's gonna blast your inbox right now.
Yeah, James and like
James already got mad at me for
Justin and Orlando. They'll be hitting you up.
Yeah.
Oh, I got this today.
I bought them, by the way.
Hey, there's a really cool West member, not Robert, but a really cool West member that sent me this for free. Not Robert.
Oh wow,
that's a nice copy, man.
Oh, people feel sorry for you, so they send
a good
free all the time.
Yo,
you're a charity case now, dude.
Yeah.
Does it have a star logo?
Sends me a laptop.
Yeah.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Why? What does that mean?
I think that the star logo. I think that's the first print.
It better be, because I'll fucking tell the guy who gave it to me, not Robert, that I'm not happy with it. His name's Ruben. My Life is Fez.
Robert has better books than that piece of garbage right there.
Yeah, he doesn't read them.
I actually have 2 copies of that, by the way.
You don't read them. You don't even know how to read. I think that's why you don't read. It's because you don't.
Are you making fun of my dyslexia?
Yeah, bro,
dude.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, listen, I feel like
I'll drive to California and beat your ass.
Bro,
to California.
I got a mild case of dyslexia, so I kind of.
So Ross is making fun of you.
It's good.
Thanks, Ross, for ruining this podcast.
I got a mild case of smart as fuck. Yeah.
Just a mild case. Just a
really mild case. My wife is. Oh, why are you videotaping me? You are.
Ross told
you're
highlight
doing...
me.
Yo, highlight me. I want to talk some shit. I want to talk some fucking shit.
Anytime Jay highlights he leaves the chat.
October.
You're getting ready for your Have You Seen Me poster.
Dude, with all this challenging and wrestling talk, we need to schedule like a Yo Mama Jokes match and bring on fucking Panel and Robert or whoever and just start having folks fucking go at it, dude.
That'll be awesome. My God.
Right, cool, dude. My mom's dead.
Ooh. That almost felt like that should be like the end of the podcast.
Like mic drop.
It's like mic drop. Mom's dead.
Rip the belt in half.
Do you guys have like a closing outro theme that we could play out or something?
I'm not going to Austin. I'm not fucking doing it.
But not on that level.
I'm going to Dream of August Comics. I swear to fucking God, I'm going to Dream of August Comics.
We went there. Oh, jeez.
Oh, God.
You were doing so well.
I think that's the first time that's happened.
Well, as in terms of grading on a curve.
Shit.
Oh, boy.
Now we know how Ross got his fucking giant size X-Men book.
For free.
How?
One giant size for another giant size.
Your mom's life insurance, dude.
Yeah, man.
Fuck,
Ouch.
man, that was fucking.
That's actually for sale right now if anybody's looking for one.
No, for real. You actually have a giant size X-Men?
Yeah, you.
What's the grade? He
just
muted
muted it.
himself.
Making deals. Making
Get your shit
deals.
together, dude.
You guys make fun of my laptop. This dude keeps fucking muting himself.
I'm being funny. It's a joke. Nothing.
If you guys combine your technical difficulties together, you actually might have one good laptop. It's like Ultron. It's like the power of the mute and the power of like the dipping up.
It's like J2's laptop has this dyslexia.
Man, hey,
You know,
we're not making fun of dyslexia, remember?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think you know what? Some people have dyslexia and they might not have been diagnosed. It's just one of those things that I think some people might not even have.
You're aware of?
Yeah.
Word, you should be on Jay's podcast one day talking about it.
Here's the thing.
He does very good interviews, man.
It's kind of messed up in my line of work because I deal with numbers, so dyslexia really messes me over.
Oh, dude.
I have to end up double checking some of my stuff because I'll put like the 6 and a 9 in the back to back, so letters are different.
Gotcha.
Numbers are where like my orders sometimes get messed up when I type them. So
yeah.
So and then people they wonder how come like I have to double check everything because sometimes numbers just don't add up.
Imagine how much better you would be at if you didn't have to double check your shit.
That's the thing,
you
man.
Know what I mean?
This is the cross I have to bear.
Like you're doing the work like twice.
Right.
And it's normal for you,
And there's no telethon. There's no telethon for dyslexic people because it's not exactly. It's not like you're not gonna see like a fundraiser, for me.
Yeah.
Like,
you good, Ross?
If there was if there was a telephone number for dyslexia, wouldn't it be smart to make it the same way forwards and backwards?
here's the thing. If there's
Jesus Christ.
Dude, what the fuck did that come from?
That was brilliant and brutal.
Shit.
If there's a telethon
Yes,
for
it
dyslexia,
was.
I don't. Here's the thing, Copy. If there's a telethon for dyslexia, I don't want other dyslexic people donating because they'll want to donate $100 and then they're gonna give me like $1 instead.
Wow, way to complain about a donation. Fucking dyslexic people every time.
Shout out to the chat who's still in here. Like, just
We actually have people listening to this.
I think
How
so,
many?
bro.
Got like a couple?
2.
Yeah, like
I don't know.
2? Did you say 2? it's just comments
Probably
on
me
the
and
edge.
Copy.
Hey, Ross, you should get a P.O. box so people can send you free shit.
Why would I get a P.O. box for that? Just send it to my goddamn condo, man. You don't.
You've never sent me anything.
Yeah, I send you stickers. You don't remember.
You're gonna have to send him a mic with a mute one.
I know, what the hell?
oh shit.
No, hold up. I don't get why it keeps doing it. It just does it on its own.
It's because you're on a fucking iPhone. I can't even hear you right now.
Did it happen again?
I thought my
What?
laptop.
Yeah.
Bad.
That
Plug
really.
in your auxiliary cable, dude.
Oh my god.
So
Right.
guys,
This is a mess.
Just
Man.
don't click that. Just don't click that microphone icon on the computer.
That's way over there.
I'm just, just.
I don't even touch anything.
If the wire pulls out, it'll mute by
Yeah.
itself.
Let me see.
let them
It
know
doesn't-
why. Educate these dudes.
I don't know. Sounds like you need a soldering iron or some shit.
You talking to me? I stab you in
man.
the face with a soldering iron.
I'm going to stay tonight at a fucking record shop whenever I get done with this live stream.
Well,
Do they have
Camping
good
out.
internet there?
Huh?
Maybe bring the laptop over there now.
I should fucking move this to my phone and take you guys to the camp out at the record store. RSD is
'cause-
tomorrow.
It's
So
weird because you're talking and your lips aren't even moving.
that's
You
the
guys get that?
magic. I think you're on
That's
fucking
crazy.
drugs right
Like,
now,
I'm
bro.
tripping balls right now.
It's
He
like
is a
watching
drug
an old
addict.
kung fu flick.
Yeah, I was gonna say that it's like a dub. It's like a Jackie Chan flick.
Did you say I want to fight your brother?
I do love kung fu flicks. That's for sure.
I do too.
Oh man, well,
Great.
it's been fun.
It's been real.
I've
been
had a
real,
real
guys.
time.
We're a little
Thank you
over
so much
2
for having me
hours.
on.
Yeah,
No, thanks for coming on, Juan.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I was
pleasure
happy at
sharing this
first, but
screen
now I
with
kind of
you and not
regret it.
Robert.
Hey, thanks Deadhead, thanks Hyper, thanks Copy, thanks Goon. Hey, my buddy J2. It's been good. Thanks to everyone, but Robert.
I'm blocking you, Ross. Just so you know.
I'm going to unfollow everyone. Unfollow Comics on the Edge. Remember the underscores. There's 2 of them.
I thought we
fuck,
already
there's
did
3 of
that.
them. I'm dyslexic too. Shit, goddamn.
No, but thanks everybody for coming and fucking hanging out with just a group of dudes talking wrestling, video games, sitting
bunch
through a
of
shitty
dudes.
laptop and a sausage fest full of jokes. So it's been fucking great. It's been real. And in
Yeah, hell yeah.
the most famous low grade fashion, keep those expectations low, and we'll see you next week. I don't know what the
Thanks,
fuck we'll be
everybody.
talking about then, but we're gonna have some
You're
friends.
still talking. You're still
We're gonna have
talking.
Funs, and it's going the fuck down. I am still talking.
You're still.
know
You
what?
already
Let me
signed
tell you
off.
He hasn't got to talk the whole show.
Talk about the future of technology.
Okay.
I'll figure that out when I get a new laptop. You know what I mean? We'll figure
Good
out.
night, everybody.
I'll let you when I get a new laptop.